You're in Braves country. Lineup for yesterday by Ogden Ash. A is for Alex, the great Alexander. More goose eggs he pitched than a popular gander. B is for Bresnahan, back of the plate. The Cubs were his love and McGraw his hate. C is for Cobb, who grew spikes not corn, and made all the basemen wish they weren't born. D is for Dean, the grammatical diz. When they asked who's the tops, said correctly I is. E is for Evers, his jaw in advance, never afraid to tinker with chance. F is for Fordham, and Frankie and Fish. I wish he were back with the Giants, I wish. G is for Gehrig, the pride of the stadium, his record pure gold, his courage pure radium. H is for Hornsby, when pitching to Raj, the pitcher would pitch, then the pitcher would dodge. I is for me, not a hard-hitting man, but an outstanding all-time, incurable fan. J is for Johnson, the big train in his prime, was so fast he could throw 3 strikes at a time. K is for Keeler, as fresh as green paint, the fastest and mostest to hit where they ain't. L is for LaHoy, whom Clevelanders love, Napoleon himself with glue in his glove. M is for Matty, who carried a charm in the form of an extra brain in his arm. N is for Newsom, Bobo's favorite Ken. You ask how he's here, he talked himself in. O is for Ott, of the restless right foot. When he leaned on the pellet stay put. P is for Plank, the arm of the A's. When he tangled with Matty, games lasted for days. Q is for Don Quixote, Cornelius Mack. Neither Yankees nor years can halt his attack. R is for Ruth, to tell you the truth. There's no more to be said, just R is for Ruth. S is for Speaker, swift center field tender. When the ball saw him coming, it yelled, I surrender. T is for Terry, the giant from Memphis, whose 400 average you can't overemphasize. U would be Ubel if Carl wore a Cockney, but we say Hubble in baseball like football in Rockney. V is for Vance, the Dodgers' very own Dazzy. None of his rivals could throw as fast as he. W, Wagner, the bow-legged beauty, short, closed to all traffic with Honus on duty. X is the first of 2 X's in Fox, who was right behind Ruth with his powerful socks. Y is for Young, the magnificent sigh. People battled against him, but I never knew why. Z is for Zenith, the summit of fame. These men are up there. These men are the game. Lineup for yesterday, Ogden Ash, January 1949, Sport Magazine.
Like me, you can't smoke like me. So don't try and be like me. Let's party together.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
We have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, and flat out deceived.
Why did you get so drunk?
You got drunk. I'm just really exhausted.
What's in that cup?
Rum and Cokes.
Do you have any idea how important this is? We're trying to save the pump. Really? This is what you're doing? This is what you're doing?
Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it. The fact that that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win.
And there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes, and the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone.
Ground ball stabbed by Folk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won baseball world championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same three criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Sure as God made green apples, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry.
Braves fans are on their feet hoping for some kind of a bleeder or a seeing-eye single. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit high and deep down the right field line. It's going back, back, back. Is it fair? Is it zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lam, ding dong, a 3-run shot, and your Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-run lead. She's gone, baby!
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America. You get in a ballpark, and it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary, and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season, and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have. And the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Swung line drive left field. 1 run is in. Here comes Breen. Here's the throw to the plate. He is safe.
You're in Braves country. If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is. We're down to 1 strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to Forrest. And here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop all throughout Braves country. Pop that top. Your Atlanta Braves have won it all.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We direct your attention now to home plate.
Please remain standing. We call your attention to our bands here today. They will be jointly directed. And now, another fixture. Our national anthem.
So proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose white stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we once were so gallant.
Play ball!
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce today's teams as participants in this historic game.
All right, you guys, let's listen up. We won a game yesterday. And if we win one today, that's 2 in a row. We win one tomorrow, that's called a winning streak. It has happened before. So let's see some hustle. Let's jack it up a little. I got a feeling things are about to turn around for us.
On a beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys, and join us for Braves Country Baseball. You're listening live as the Braves are on the road, and we're set to bring you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves. Hi, I'm Mac McGee. Here's your starting lineups for today's action. Leading off and playing right field for your Atlanta Braves, it's Ronald Acuna Jr., 5 home runs, 8 RBI, batting .305. Batting second, playing third, Austin Riley, 11 home runs, 35 RBI, 2 stolen bases, batting .285. Batting third, playing first base, Matt Olson, 14 home runs, 39 RBI, batting .238. Batting cleanup, the designated hitter, Marcell Ozuna, 10 home runs, 30 RBI, a .261 average. Batting fifth and patrolling center field for your Atlanta Braves, it's Michael Harris II, 4 home runs, 36 RBI, 10 stolen bases, batting .237. Batting sixth, playing second, Ozzie Albies, 6 home runs, 24 RBI, 6 stolen bases, batting .236. Batting seventh and behind home plate, it's Sean Murphy, 9 home runs, 21 RBI, a .214 clip. Batting eighth and in left field, it's Eli White. The Book of Eli has 3 home runs, including last night's bomb, 15 RBI, 5 stolen bases, batting .239. Batting ninth and playing short, it's Nick Allen. He has 12 RBI, a .228 average, with 6 stolen bases. On the mound for your Atlanta Braves, it's Grant Holmesday. He's 3-4 with a 3.99 ERA, a 1.2 WHIP, 67 innings, 68 strikeouts versus 52 hits allowed, 29 walks, and 11 home runs served. He'll be going head-to-head with Quinn Priester, who's 3-2 and a 3.88 ERA, a 1.31 WHIP, 55 innings, 36 strikeouts, 47 hits allowed, 26 walks, 6 home runs given up. Leading off and playing second base, it's Bryce Terang for the Milwaukee Brewers. 4 home runs, 25 RBI, 15 stolen bases, batting .265. Jackson Chourio in center field, batting second. 10 home runs, 37 RBI, 13 stolen bases, batting .254. Behind home plate, batting third, William Contreras. 5 homers, 27 RBI, 5 stolen bases, batting .244. Bowers is the designated hitter tonight with 4 home runs, 17 RBI, batting .239 with 4 stolen bases in the cleanup spot. Batting fifth, playing first, Rhys Hoskins. 9 home runs, 36 RBI, 2 stolen bases, batting .261. Sal Frelick, batting sixth and in right. 4 home runs, 21 RBI, 12 stolen bases, batting .288. And Collins is in left field and batting seventh. He has a .239 average with 7 stolen bases, 11 RBI, 2 home runs. Durbin is at third, batting eighth. 2 homers, 22 RBI, 5 stolen bases, batting .211. And Ortiz is batting ninth and at short. He has a .183 average with 2 home runs, 9 RBI, 6 stolen bases. Calling balls and strikes behind home plate tonight, it's Emil Jimenez. Your first base umpire, Doug Eddings. Second base will be manned by Derek Thomas, and down the third base line, it's Mike McClinsky. Game time temperatures today, At first pitch, expected to be around 73 degrees, with the wind blowing out towards left at 9 miles an hour. No real threat of rain tonight, so expect the roof to be open. Your Atlanta Braves come in minus 125 on the money line. The over-under is 8.5. Our pick to click tonight, give me Austin Riley. He's 2 for 3 lifetime versus Quinn Priester and batting in the 2-hole. It's a few guys who have seen Priester before, most of them with pretty good numbers. Acuna's 1 for 3, Harris 1 for 2, Ozzie 2 for 3, and Sean Murphy 1 for 2. Eli and Allen have not seen him. Olson's 0 for 1, Ozuna 0 for 2. Keys to the game tonight, Quinn Priester is not a strikeout guy. He's a soft contact guy. He's going to try to confuse you and get you to hit the ball softly. He's got a 5-pitch mix, and he relies heavily on his sinker. Should also be noticed that he has a high walk rate at 29 walks in just 67 innings. He's given up 11 home runs. So when he hangs them, they bang him. He's been pretty good his last few outings, but if the Braves can get the ball up in the zone and take a few hacks at him, we might put some real numbers on the board tonight. I do expect Quinn Priester to pitch pretty well here in front of the home crowd, but you can't expect him to go very long. His typical outing is about 5 innings and somewhere around 2 to 3 earned runs. Braves have to pick their pitches. When they get them up, hammer them. Don't go chasing. 29 walks in 67 innings is real. We can get a lot of ducks on the pond if we make him hit the zone. And if he misses over the plate, we could have a field day. Give me your Atlanta Braves to win this one, much like last night's game going away. Give me Atlanta to put a snowman on the board. The Braves score 8 and hold the Brewers to just 3. Put your click in the chat, slap that like, and let's get ready, Braves Country. We'd like to thank everybody for choosing Braves Country Radio, and a special thanks to all the country club members. Please like on your way in and subscribe, set those alerts, and share Braves Country Radio to help build the crowd so we can continue to bring you the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Well, it's about that time. Grab you a cold one. Find you an armchair. Atlanta Braves Baseball right here on Braves Country Radio. Your modern-day superstation is in its 5th season of bringing you pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves and our one-of-a-kind production. Take us anywhere you go for over 170 Atlanta Braves ball games. Please like and subscribe today. Join the Country Club. Thank you to all the Country Club members. You help support Braves Country Radio.
Get this bus moving. Stop. Come back. Too late.
Roll call! Yeah, roll call!
You're in Braves country.
Good evening, Braves Country. Who was it that gave me the reminder? Chris Sale. Not Chris Sale. Grant Holmes should be in the emojis now. I see D. I see JC. Good to see you, Timmy. Uncle Charlie Fritz. John. Helion. Raymond. Everybody loves Raymond. Mark Ricky Ricardo's in the chat. Circle K is in the chat. Tree, how are you? think I said hi to Uncle Charlie Fritz, and it was Charlie that gave me the reminder for the. I swear I try to get that done early, and then something sidetracks me, and I forget all about it every single time. Rob T. Who else do we have in here? 5022. We'll just call you Freedom. Good to see you, Freedom. How you do it, D? P.A. Baracus, Brian A. Charlie Elrod. I think I said hi to John. I don't see Raymond Lovelace in here tonight, but I'm assuming he's a-coming. So, same thing with Edward Spry. We're just about set. We're going to take a real quick break. When we come back, I got some clips from y'all, for y'all from last night post-game. It's been a while. We haven't been able to play any because they haven't been interviewing the guys because they've been losing. So we'll be back in a flash with all that.
Keep playing like this, will be the laughing stock of the league.
All right. Whoops. Let's go ahead and play those clips now, and then we'll take the break. This one it's the Brewers team, the Brewers broadcast team. They were in the booth last night with Atlanta, and this was them introducing Olsen post-game interview.
Not enough offense from the crew, kind of been a storyline during this homestand, Vinny.
Well, it was the usual Brewers killers against, when they play the Braves. Look, Acuna, Riley, Olsen, Ozuna, and Albies, they reached base 15 times. They were 9 for 19 with a couple of home runs and a double, 5 RBIs from the usual suspects right there against the Brewers. And once it was really over after the top of the 5th. Once you lose the lead to Chris Sale, he was just that good tonight. He was totally dominant. The Brewers weren't going to come back.
Yeah, 5 of the 7 runs from the Braves coming via the home run ball. It was Matt Olson who had a 2-run shot in the top of the 5th.
Joined by Matt Olson, Braves snapped the streak. And Matt, tonight felt like a more typical Braves offense. You got production 1 through 9. Is that what you thought? Yeah, it was good. We still, feel like we still left a couple out there early on. I'd like to cash in a couple of those guys, but the ability to stick with it, stay on the guy. Savali, had a pretty good start, able to get into the bullpen and do a little damage off him. Confidence can be so elusive in baseball. When you square up a fastball like you did tonight, how do you feel about your swing? Yeah, it's a good sign. Could always be better, regardless of the outcome. It could always be better. You could always, you're going to miss a pitch here and there. But yeah, it's always a good feeling. It's no secret how difficult the past week has been for everybody in that locker room. How rare is it to have a guy like Chris Sale who can deliver the way he did tonight in this spot? I mean, you know the name for a reason. The guy's all-time, can't say enough about the way he prepares, his mentality on the mound to go with the elite stuff. Big start from him, kind of becoming a little numb to it in a way, and which, is a testament to him and the things that he does. But hell of a start from him, give us a chance to put some runs on the board.
And then this is Snicker post-game.
I know how hard this past week has been for everybody in the clubhouse, but how good does this one feel?
Well, they all feel good when you win, but that was, where we were, and just good to, have a kind of a complete game. I mean, Chris goes out there and gives us a chance to win. We've got some add-on runs, so, yeah, that's a good win for us.
Did it look familiar from an offensive perspective? You guys hitting home runs and kind of like
it was just nice to see us kind of, Eli's, that was huge. Home run there, and then Marcel came up big, I think, the add-on ones, Matt, it was just Ronald drove the ball the other way, and it was good. I mean, that was good to see the offense, and I think we talked about that earlier today, that we could see a little signs of life, and, and Chris is just what he's been doing here. I mean, he's on a nice little run right now.
Since his first few starts of the season, he's been just like he was last year. Just what kind of change?
Well, I think they identify some stuff in his delivery and his arm angle and things that the analytics, and they went to work on it in sides and because he wasn't happy with where he was. I know that. But he worked really hard to figure some things out, and he's kind of, I'd say, back to where he was last year.
know the add-on runs helped, but after the way the last week's gone, how encouraging to see Iglesias and Lee.
No, I probably Iggy. You're right. That was really good to see how he came out on the attack, and we kind of stayed away from him intentionally for the last few days, and so that was a good spot, I think, to get him in, and really liked where he was. So he should feel really good about it. And that's just pretty much with a guy like, when you're closers, you try to give them a different look and get their confidence back, and really like the way he threw the ball tonight. And Dylan's been throwing the ball extremely well anyway.
How do you explain how Chris has maintained his velocity to this age?
I just think he's so consistent in his work. I mean, if you don't appreciate it till you're with him every day and you see him at 2 p.m. what he does, and just how consistent he is and dedicated he is to his craft. I mean, he loves to compete, he loves the game, and he just there's reasons why those guys play long and have the success they do, and he's one of them.
When you see Ozzie pick up 1,000 career hits like he did tonight, what does that mean to him, to you?
Great. Just longevity. I mean, I didn't realize that till they told me after the game. And, I just look at Ozzie as this, kid that I remember having him in AAA when I managed there. And, he's putting together a really nice career. And he's another one that posts every day and loves the game and gives you everything he has. I've always said, if you play the game the way Ozzie does, you're going to play it right.
Has he changed much since you first met him?
No.
And so that's the two. And then I thought y'all might want to hear the perspective of the Milwaukee Brewers broadcasts as they were sharing the post-game booth with Atlanta last night. Okay, we're going to take a real quick break. When we come back, we got first pitch in just a flash. Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. America's patriotic light lager, all natural ingredients. Stand tall, be proud. The perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. America's patriotic light lager, offering a crisp, clean, bold taste. Perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. A beer with only 110 calories that tastes like a full-flavored beer and celebrates like freedom. Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Join the Country Club today. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the Country Club today. It helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
We offer you
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Hi, folks. Join us now for another Braves ball game. Yes, sir. This is the one we've been waiting for. This is it. This makes you feel like it's spring and baseball. No more measles and free tickets to the circus.
You're in Braves country.
This is a reminder. Disorderly conduct will not be tolerated. Please respect your fellow fan and refrain from any unruly behavior. Failure to comply with these guidelines will result in ejection.
Atlanta Braves are wearing their gray road unis. Atlanta across the chest in red. Tomahawk is well outlined in navy. Red piping down the middle and on the side of the pants. All outlined in navy. Same as the numerals on the back. The names on the back will be in navy. And the navy ball caps with the white A representing the city of Atlanta. Milwaukee Brewers are wearing kind of a cream color or off-white jersey top to bottom, blue ball cap with their classic Milwaukee Brewer logo with the baseball and the interlocking MB that looks like a glove, and Brewers across the chest in navy outlined in gold, as well as the numbers on the back and the names. Ronald Acuna Jr. is just about set, and we're just about set. Let's get it going, Braves Country. Quinn Priester, the right-hander, coming set. We're waiting for it to load correctly. And first pitch is on the way, and yes, sir, it's baseball time in Braves country. Milwaukee having some issues with their 3D. There we go. Well, maybe not. Righty-righty matchup, the 1-0. Kicks and fires. Down and away, 2-0. So a 2-0 count. We're going to try to clean this screen up for you and see if it'll bring in. The 2-0 swung on, popped up high. Looks like it may be in play. Foul territory. No, it'll just bang out of the fair territory into the foul seats. It's 2-1. Chased a bad pitch up top, but lived to tell the tale. So a 2-1 count to Ronnie, batting .305 on the year, 5 home runs, 8 RBI, a .999 OPS. Hit a home run last night. The 2-1 pitch, taking a slider all the way, 2-2. Left to right around the infield, very similar to last night. The defense only has one change in it for Milwaukee, is the 2-2 to Acuna. Swing, rips it up the middle. That's a roaster up the gut, and we got ourselves our first base runner, leadoff batter aboard, Ronald Acuna Jr.
Bravo.
Hard hit.
Bravo.
Worm burner right up the gut. Behind home plate, once again, it's William Contreras for the Brewers. From third to first around the horn. As the first pitch on the way to Austin Riley's a swing and a miss at a cutter up top. It's 0-1. You've got Durbin at third, Ortiz at short, Terang at second, Reese Hoskins once again at first. Right field, Freelick. Center field is Jackson Churio once again. The 0-1. Swing, pops it back foul. It's 0-2. Collins is the only difference from last night and tonight. Tonight, Collins is in left field. So other than that, it's the same defensive alignment. The batting order is much different, with the right-hander on the mound for Atlanta, as opposed to the lefty Sale, the 0-2. Down and away, 1-2. 1-2 count. Priester comes set, turns and fires. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Chase the slider well off the plate, 1 away. Quinn Priester has a 5-pitch mix. He throws a sinker 45% of the time. It's basically a two-seam fastball that he refers to as a sinker. His slider at about 29% of the time. And then the cut at 13% and the curve at 9%. He's got a show-me changeup pitch that he throws just 3% of his tosses. Matt Olson digs in, righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way. High and inside, it's 1-0. Home plate umpire Doug Eddings. Home plate umpire Emil Jimenez. McClinsky's at third. Edding is at first. He'll be the home plate umpire tomorrow. Thomas is at second. The 1-0. Swing, slaps it towards the left, and coming over, making a hopping catch in left field as Collins. He misread it a bit. He's able to adjust. 2 away. So 2 quick outs after the Ronald Acuna Jr. single. That'll bring the Big Zoo to the plate. Marcell Ozuna, batting .261 on the year. 10 home runs, 30 RBI. For 2 lifetime versus Priester. First pitch on the way is a swing and a miss strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. below the knees, but called for a low strike. So an 0-2 count. Righty. Just his 14th delivery of the inning in the dirt, 1-2. Talked about it at the pregame. Priester, high walk rate. So if the Braves can be patient at the plate, they can get some free passes. The 1-2 from Priester. Down and away, 2-2. Once a top prospect in the Pittsburgh organization, Milwaukee trying to turn him around. They see something they can work with. But he's not your typical pitcher that people like to bring up nowadays with the low strikeout and high walk rate. The 2-2 count. Swing, chops it foul. We'll do it again. Braves nothing, Brewers nothing. Acuna at first. Still doesn't have a stolen base this year. And that's probably by orders. I would say that he's probably being asked not to take off. The 2-2. Comes set. Brings it. Swing, chops it foul. Nothing else. Ozuna making Priester work. The Brewers, much like a few organizations around the league, they are quick to pull their starting pitchers. They rely heavily on their bullpen. You saw it last night. The 2-2, swing, hit hard on the ground, but right to third. Should be an easy 5-4 put out. It is, and that'll end the inning. So the Braves put one on, but can't do much with it. We'll be back in a flash. Grant Holmes comes to the bump when we return.
This one time, my Aunt Tammy spent all spring growing a giant watermelon so she could enter it into the largest watermelon contest. But the day of the fair, my Uncle Roy used it for target practice, and their whole front lawn was covered with watermelon guts. After that, my Aunt Tammy got real religious because she started spending every day at Pastor McDonald's for Bible study.
I just want to know, when was America great for us black people?
Right now? It ain't great for you?
No, not at all.
How?
I mean, I'm living life.
Looking good. You got clothes on. Look well fed.
But that doesn't mean
Got
it's great.
beautiful hair.
Oh, thank you.
Got your eyeliner on. You looking good. What kind of bag is that? That's a nice little bag there. America look good for you. If you were eating out of a trash can, I'll tell you something different. America's a great place. I don't understand how we are not acknowledging that. It's great. Look at all these different people out here. Men, women, black, white. You will never see this much diversity anywhere else. It's the greatest place on earth. Everybody can be here and enjoy one another, disagree with each other. We have the freedom of speech, freedom to keep and bear arms. We don't have to worry about the government interfering in our lives for the most part. It's the greatest country ever. And if we don't start acknowledging that, we're going to screw up something good.
That guy just destroyed an entire political party, plus most of the media.
It was about 18 minutes of wall-to-wall comedy, laugh after laugh after laugh.
In 1967, I set a major league record for pass balls, and I did that without playing every game. There was a game, as a matter of fact, during that year when Phil Niekro's brother and he were pitching against each other in Atlanta. Their parents were sitting right behind home plate. I saw their folks more that day than they did the whole weekend.
They still play that speech that I did in Cooperstown, at the hall. So it's a humbling thing. I don't care who you are. Anytime, I don't care how you went to the Hall of Fame. To be able to do that and be amongst the guys that are in there, the broadcasters that are in there, I mean, that's pretty good.
What's up, Braves country? Looking forward to a great Atlanta Braves season. See y'all at the ballpark. Love you.
Welcome back. Good to see you, Healy on. For some reason, I thought I got you earlier, but you were in some kind of a debate with Tim over the Bible. I didn't want to get involved in that one. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch to Terang was a strike. The 0-1's followed up by a fastball up top, fouled straight back at 0-2. Good to see you, my man Nathaniel Brooks. I don't think you were in here earlier. Birdwell's in here. The 0-2. Outside wide, just misses it 1-2. No, did he call it a strike? All right, we'll take it. Backwards K, strike 3. Man, was that a wide strike call. If Grant Holmes gets that all day long, Grant Holmes will have 19 strikeouts. I mean, that pitch was almost in the left-handed batter's box. Terang can't believe it. It's got to be the hair. Jackson Churio to the plate, takes the first swing at the slider. Down and away, it's 0-1. Righty-righty matchup. Gladiator, good to see you. The 0-1, swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Or maybe I did. I don't know. Helian, you got to understand when I'm naming these names through here, I can't remember what name I'd said and didn't say. I try to mark them as I go, but they're really difficult to keep up with because my view's a little different than y'all's. Good to see you, Real McCoy Gary. The 0-2 count, Jackson Churio, 254 batting average with 10 home runs. Can't just lay one in there to him. As the 0-2, 96 up top, 1-2. Truth Handler, good to see you. The 1-2, down and away, 2-2. The 2-2 from Holmes, his 8th pitch of the inning, brings the glove up. Swing, that ball's banged over toward short. He's going to have to hurry. Allen fires it across the diamond. He does not have the arm to get him out. It's going to be an infield single for Jackson Churio with one away. Good effort by Allen. He had a long way to go. They had him playing very deep. So he had to come around, circle around, almost got him. That is the center fielder for the Brewers, so he's got wheels. He gets, I'll say 85, 90% of the people in Major League Baseball on that throw, but you're not getting Churios. First pitch on the way to Contreras is a slider down and away. It's 1-0. That's the one thing that Arcia had that Allen did not have, which was a cannon for an arm. Difference between him and Arcia is Arcia's probably not getting that ball in time. The 1-0. Holmes comes set, turns around, flips it over to first. If you missed the news today, Craig Kimbrell signed with the Texas Rangers. See how he does there. Wish him well. The 1-0 count. I'm just glad he went to the American League. 95 inside, misses 2-0. Good to see you, George Pearson. John Blair, the 2-0. 95 inside, just kisses the black, 2-1. He Blake. Iron Lung, and I'm not sure if I got you or not. The 2-1 pitch. Down and in, slider nowhere near the zone. 3-1. So a 3-1 count. Pitch on the way, nowhere near the zone. Slider down and away. Ball 4. They were definitely pitching to Contreras with kid gloves. So Contreras will head down to first, and now we've got trouble. We got runners on first and second, nobody out. And Bowers, the designated hitter, coming to the dish. Around the infield for the Braves, it's Riley to Allen to Ozzie to Olson. Smurf is behind the plate tonight, and Eli is in left, not Verdugo. Harrison center, Acuna in right. Slider to Bowers is down and in, the left-handed stick. It's 1-0. Smurf keeps dialing up that slider. He really hasn't had it. You'll see a 5-pitch mix from Grant Holmes. We'll change the view in case the Braves sitting in double play depth. He's got a 4-seamer, a slider, a curve, a cut, and a change. The 1-0. Curve ball, down and in, 2-0. Throws the 4-seamer 37% of the time. He hasn't thrown it in about 5 pitches, and I don't know why. Sometimes Smurf likes to get too cute behind the plate. The slider 33% and the curve at 15. The 2-0. Swing, chops it over to first. Olson has it, fires it to second. They'll get the runner going from first to second, but Allen's throw to first base was a little off target, but I don't think he gets him anyways. Quickly, Grant Holmes spun around, make sure the runner at third stayed there, and he did. So what you have now to clean that up is runners on the corners and 2 outs. Replay keeps showing it over and over again, but the runner beat the throw by about a half step or so. First pitch on the way is a slider, into the dirt to Reese Hoskins. It's 1-0. 1-0. Change the screen real quick. Something's going on here with their 3D. They are having issues in Milwaukee. Runners on the corners. 2 outs. The 1-0. Slider grabs a strike on the outer edge. 1-1. So a 1-1 count, righty-righty matchup. We bring the 3D action back in here in 1 second, waiting for it to load. The pitch, slider down and away. 2-1. Infield is back and to the left. Outfield playing deep straight away. The 2-1, they set up inside. Fastball right there, 2-2. Evening up the count, Grant Holmes now up to 20 pitches in this inning. That's not what you want, but he's a strike away from getting out of this mess. Braves nothing, Brewers nothing. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. He got him. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country. Grant Holmes gets out of a hell of a jam.
I play real sports, not trying to be the best at exercising.
I'm Teddy Powers!
I'm the man who has the ball, so that is why I am better than everyone in the world.
I got this. Hey, Matt, I like your sideburns. Did your mom shape those for you? No. Hey, Matt, I like your sideburns. I wish they covered more of your face, you sleazebag dookie face fungus.
When are my friends gonna stop telling me to brush my hair and finally accept me for the woodland witch Helena Bonham Carter looking ass that I am? I'm just curious, because I am trying so hard to not be observed, and yet you guys...
Did you know that 25% of women in the United States are getting treated for a mental illness? That means 75% of them are running around untreated.
Tell me you're rich without telling me you're rich.
When I go to the dollar store, I don't even have to check the price tags.
This has always been number one, baseball. The commercials, the films, the television series. I could never wait for everything to get over to get back to baseball. I still, and this is not sour grapes by any means, still think I should have gone in as a player. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the Hall of Fame voice of the Milwaukee Brewers, Milwaukee's very own Mr. Baseball, Bob Uecker.
Let's face it, Bob's bigger than any player that's ever played here.
You can easily make a case that Bob Uecker is the most famous sports personality in the history of Wisconsin.
Lombardi wasn't there that long, and then he left. Brett Favre
had a nice run. Aaron Rodgers, Al McGuire was there for a number of years, but not nearly as long as Bob. I mean, Bob has had a several-decade career, so he's connected with the great-grandfather, the grandfather, the father, and now the son.
My association with the Brewers and the state of Wisconsin, and you fans in particular, has been nothing short of marvelous.
Welcome back. First pitch to Harris was right there for a strike, followed up by a swing and a miss, high and out of the zone. So Michael Harris, the second, starts off at 0-2. Very curious that they have him hitting this high up in the lineup. The 0-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. So 1, 2, 3. He goes down on 3 pitches, 2 well out of the zone. If he's going to fish for him, you might as well throw the bait that far. 1 away. 1 down, and Ozzie Albies will be the batter. First pitch on the way to the Wiz is off the plate wide for a ball. It's 1-0. Seems like to me it would make more sense to have Ozzie right behind Ozuna and then Murphy behind Ozzie. The 1-0 pops it up high into shallow left field. 1 pitch, 1 out, 2 away. They need to come up with an Ozzie rule with batting, meaning make Ozzie Albies the number 9 hitter the first time through the lineup, and then let us move him up a little further on the second time through the lineup, because he always gives us a much better at bat the second time through. Either that or just hit him lead off and get it over with. So 2 down. Sean Murphy steps in. Juan Soto just hit his 12th home run, by the way. First pitch on the way to Murphy is going to be a worm burner in between the 4-6 hole, and that'll be a 2-out single for the Smurf.
Smurf is me. I must call an emergency meeting.
Hard hit ball right up the middle. They were playing him to pull, and he hit it to the left side of the second base bag. No chance for anyone to get that one. Eli White, the batter, he hit his 3rd home run of the year last night. First pitch on the way is a slider down the way. It's 1-0. Maybe that's what finally got them to start him with the right-handed pitcher. I've been talking about that for only about a month or so. The 1-0. Outside wide, 2-0. The idea that you put Verdugo in there every day, I get it, you want the left-handed bat against the righty most of the time, but it's not going to hurt you to have Eli out there starting and giving Verdugo a day off. Maybe he just needs it to get a different angle. The 2-0 slices it foul, 2-1. Neither one of them are going to be MVP threats, so it's not going to make a big difference, but I feel like Eli White's played well enough to earn more at-bats. 2-1 count. Smurf is at first. There's 2 outs, so he'll be running on contact. The pitch, swing, slices it into right field. That is down for a base hit. In the book of Eli, slaps it to right, and Smurf runs to 3rd.
Cursed be the ground for our sake. Both thorns and thistles it shall bring forth for us.
Little 2-out magic for the Braves. Nick Allen will be your batter, so if nothing else, Eli clears the number 9 hitter. But if Allen can get a base hit, first pitch misses up top, it's 1-0. If for some reason Priester can't find the zone like he's known for, you would load the bases with Acuna coming to the plate. So you got to figure Allen's going to see something good here. 1-0. They set up high out wide. Pitch right there on the outer cut. Looked like the sinker. It's 1-1. Allen batting just .228 nowadays. Still on the 12 RBI and a .561 OPS. The infield playing back and to the left. 1-1, swing, fists it, right back behind home plate, hits home plate umpire Emil Jimenez in the mask. He appears to be okay. Contreras will go out there and buy him some time. So a 1-2 count. Allen just looking to poke it into the outfield. Outfield's playing a little deeper than I would expect him to with Allen. The 1-2. Priester brings it. Up top, misses 2-2. They check down the first base line. First base umpire Doug Edding says no dice. Looking at the replay, he did not commit. So Deuces Wild, top of the second. 2 on, 2 out, a 2-2 count. Priester brings it. Up top, misses high. Ball 3. They're going to say Allen went around on that. Man, I'd have to see that again. If he did, it was like a phantom swing. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Sure, sharing your feelings is healthy, but I prefer to bottle them up until they explode, like a normal person.
Can I ask you a question? How you not answering the phone? You always on your phone, but you don't never answer.
Because I'm on Do Not Disturb.
Who disturbing you? The people that pay for the phone? Unless you got bill collectors we don't know about, I don't know why you on Do Not Disturb. What, we disturbing Netflix? Why do y'all use Do Not Disturb? You where you work at? You got a job? Then why you being Do Not Disturbed?
Because I'm looking for jobs, yeah.
Let me see the search history. Where you looked at one at? Exactly. Exactly. You ain't looking for nothing.
When a man has 2 statues of himself, one outside the stadium and one inside the stadium, that gives you an idea of just how much Bob Uecker has meant to the city of Milwaukee.
I can think of no place else that I would rather be as a player, as a broadcaster, or as a citizen than right here in Milwaukee or the state of Wisconsin.
This guy could have worked in New York, he could have worked in Los Angeles, he could have quit baseball and been an actor, yet he always chose to stay in Milwaukee and to broadcast Brewers baseball, and people, don't forget that.
For Bob, it's been almost the perfect melding of celebrity, and yet he's able to still be the announcer for the Milwaukee Brewers.
I live here. This is where I grew up. This is where I was raised, born and raised. The other stuff is all pluses. I love baseball. I mean, bottom line, I love baseball.
You don't do this for as long as he's done it, unless you love it.
I don't know what else I would do. I don't.
Here it is. Swinging a smash. Base hit. This one is over.
Wake the up! Jeez.
Grant Holmes goes back to work. First pitch on the way is right there for a strike to the left-handed bat of Sal Frelick, the number 6 hitter. It's 0-1. Nothing your score. We're here in the bottom of the second. Grant Holmes with a long first inning just threw his 22nd pitch of the night. The 0-1, curveball in the dirt. 1-1. 1-1 count. Holmes delivers. 95, misses high. Sal Frelick, a .288 average with 4 home runs, 21 RBI, 745 OPS. The 2-1. Nice bender on the outer edge, 2-2. They've been giving him the outside corner. You almost wonder if you might want to see if they'll give him that way outside one that he got the first strikeout on. Instead, they set up inside. The 2-2. Nowhere near the zone pitch out territory. 96-mile-an-hour fastball. About a foot high on the right top corner. So now with a full count. Comes set. Brings it. Nowhere near the zone. Ball 4. So back-to-back fastballs, both of them in the pitch-out range, nowhere near home plate. If there was a right-handed batter, it would have gotten them. And that's going to hurt your ability to get called strikes. When Grant Holmes is out there spotting dimes and eating onions, you're not going to get the calls from home plate umpires. First pitch on the way is Collins drops a bunt, bangs it foul in between home and third. It's 0-1. The 0-1. James in here tonight, y'all, or is this his poker night? Oh, there he is. Just as I was saying. The 0-1, 87 inside, 0-2. So an 0-2 to Collins. Brings it. Another fastball, another one well high out of the zone. I mean, he's not hitting that. And it's really hard to say Murphy's got to quit putting the one finger down, dialing up the fastball, because that's got to be the pitch you got to be able to hit. The 1-2. Turns around and flips it over to first. Hopefully they're looking at his release in the dugout and figuring what in the world he's doing wrong, because, man, he's missing that fastball by a mile. The 1-2. Swing, chops it over to second. Ozzie has it, shovels it to second. Nick Allen fires it to first. And smoke him if you got him, because they got him. A 4-6-3 double play. A dandy of a dish from Allen after getting it from Ozzie. Holy cow, was that sweet. It was a slow developing one hopper into the mid of Ozzie. He shoveled it to Allen, and Allen, with his momentum heading towards first base, fired a cannon and just got the runner from the left side of the plate, who's got pretty good speed. I'm still in shock that they beat him out. So 2 down. That erases the bases. And Durbin, now the batter. The first pitch missed out of the zone to 1-0, and he followed that up with a cutter. Fouled off the mask of Murphy. Jimenez will return the favor and dust off home plate to allow the catcher to kind of get the cobwebs out before he has to dial out the next pitch. You saw Contreras do that for Jimenez in the inning before. Caleb Durbin batting .211. 2 home runs, 22 RBI, the 1-1. Slider in the dirt, 2-1. I mean, his pitches are all over the damn place. But it's really not something. Good to see you, Retro. It's really not something that you want to see. As the 2-1, slider down and in, he went around 2-2. Home plate umpire dialed that one up. Hello, right. Middleton. The 2-2 swing and a miss, strike 3. Ball got away a little bit, but Smurf's on it. He'll flip it down to first, and that'll end the inning. So after the double play, Holmes figured it out, but he's got to get that fastball control under control before he steps back out there. We'll be back in a flash.
Your face is small.
People often ask, what's the best way to get people at work to leave me alone? Well, I'm going to share with you the one sentence I use that works every single time.
Mind your f***ing business. I just went through Wendy's because I'm a fat ass. Placed my order, and the girl at the drive-thru said, "Is that all?" And I said, "Yes, ma'am, thank you." She said, "I'm not a ma'am." Then I felt bad, and I was like, "Oh, damn, I'm sorry, dude. That's hard to hear you." And then she said, "I'm not a guy either. What are you?" She said, "1101, please pull around." So I pull around, and sure enough, it's a girl. Her name tag says they, them under her name. She opens the window. She says, "I know you weren't trying to be rude, but I'm non-binary, and my pronouns are they, them." So I'm like, how many of you are there? They, them is plural, meaning more than one person.
Does anybody else whisper to themselves what the actual like 42 times a day, or is that just me?
We clinched the pennant the last day of the season in 1964. The vaunted Yankees came into St. Louis for Game 1 of the World Series. The Cardinals had Bob Cuban and his band playing in the left field corner down the line. So Bob is shagging in left field. Bob went over, got the tuba, fitted around his shoulders and the whole bit, and he is actually shagging with the tuba. Fly balls would come. He would position himself, boom, the ball would hit the tuba, dent it, roll around, and Bob would empty it out. I'll never forget Mickey Mantle and Roger Maris standing in front of the dugout with smiles on their faces, watching Euchre. They thought, who is this guy? They didn't know who Bob Euchre was, backup catcher for the Cardinals. It was the funniest visual anybody had ever seen.
Repeat after me. Blue.
Blue.
Black.
Black.
Yellow.
Yellow.
Pink.
Pink.
What color's the grass?
Green. See, I'm good at these things.
Repeat after me.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way to Ronald Acuna Jr. is smoked up the middle. Another worm burner, and vamos, bravos, let's go!
Vamos!
Bravo. Bravo.
He hit that ball on the screws. Sent it right back up the gut. That'll bring Austin Riley to the plate. Righty-righty matchup. Slider off the edge. It's 1-0. Second time through the lineup for your Atlanta Braves. Maybe they'll get something going here. 1-0. Brings it. Swing, fouls it back. So 1-1 count. Braves nothing, Brewers nothing. Riley struck out his first time up. Cunha at first. Nobody out. The 1-1. Misses high, 2-1. Guy who's not a big strikeout pitcher. The second time you see him through the lineup, guys can usually start narrowing down what they recognize at the plate. Good to see you, Willis. What you talking about, Willis? The 2-1. Swing. Fouls away the slider. A little bit off the plate, 2-2. Two count. Standing on deck is the Ice House, Matt Olson. Riley batting .284 on the year. Pitch from Priester, number 40 of the evening, brings it. Check swing, cutter, inside. If he holds off of that, he probably gets a ball, but I think at the last second he just kind of dinked it towards the first base dugout to make sure. It was a little ticky-tack. It could have been called a strike. 2-2 count. Priester brings it. Caught looking strike 3. Well, I mean, if you're going to dink the little cutter up top, you got to at least put some wood on that one. Backwards K once again for Austin Riley. Feels like that his 1300 backwards K of the 2025 season. Matt Olson will come to the dish. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch. Cutter misses high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. Olson banged his 14th last night. A 7-1 victory for your Atlanta Braves. 1-0 to Olson. Slider right there on the outer edge. 1-1. Cunha standing at first with one out. Golden opportunity for Atlanta. The 1-1. Misses high. Cutter. 2-1. Ozuna's on deck. Harris is in the hole. Ozzie, if anyone can keep that line moving. Good to see Oswaldo. The 2-1. Swing and a miss, 94 up top. Touch behind that one, 2-2. 2-2 count to Olsen. Takes his quick timeout, steps out of the box, climbs back in. The 2-2, they set up inside. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Chased a slider out of the zone. Down and in. 2 away. 2 down, and a guy who doesn't strike out a whole lot of guys has 5 strikeouts on the Braves. Go figure. And we're just in the 3rd inning. One on, 2 out. Marcell Ozuna. First pitch. Takes a hack at a slider diving away from him. It's 0-1. Marcell hit into a fielder's choice his first time up. The 0-1. Swing fouls it down the right field line, but plenty out of play towards the upper deck. It's 0-2. His doppelganger, if you're wondering, is in the crowd again tonight. It's the first time I've seen him on the road. Maybe he's got family up there. Maybe he just wanted to go to Milwaukee for whatever reason. The 0-2, down and away, 1-2. I mean, if you're going to pick a spot to go to watch the Braves, that's not a bad one. They brew their own Miller Lite there right in that stadium. 1-2. High and out of the zone, 2-2. I'm sure there's some good cheese in Milwaukee. Other than that, I've got nothing. Maybe there's some kind of walking tour of the Laverne and Shirley. TV set, the 2-2. Down and away, 3-2. Full count now to Ozuna, which means Acuna will be on the go. Harris stands on deck. You got a full count. Acuna at first. 2 outs. The payoff pitch. Runner goes. Swing! That ball's lifted high and deep into left field. Going back on the track. Making the running catch is Collins, and that'll end the inning. Ozuna put a charge into that one, but not quite enough. We'll be back in a flash. Braves and Brewers 0-0. We go to the bottom of the 3rd.
Listen, I don't care who you are, what weight class you in, where you've been. I don't care how many you've been a part of. I'm ready to go whenever you are. I'm just saying.
A buddy of mine was like, hey, I'm going camping this summer. And I was like, oh, that sucks. I'm not a camping guy, okay? I prefer to not camp and shower. But I get the appeal. You get to bathe in a lake and poop in the woods like it's the 1700s. And you get to put food in a container so that a bear doesn't eat it or you. And you get to start a lot of sentences with, oh crap, I forgot and you get to disconnect from your phone and basic hygiene, and you get to wake up and go, did anybody hear that? And you get to stare out onto a beautiful lake and think to yourself, this is what it's all about, right before a horsefly bites you in the face. And you get an overall sense of pride and poison ivy. So I don't mind camping, but I'll stay in a hotel nearby and I'll meet you up for some marshmallows. So
in 1860, someone came up with an idea. Why wait until it got warm to play baseball? We can just play baseball in the winter. And that's how Baseball on Ice was born. So how exactly does it work? It was still baseball, other than the fact that it was the mid-1800s, so pitchers were throwing underhand and gloves were nowhere to be found. One of the earliest documented instances occurred in January of 1860. Not only was there an increase at the gates, there was also an increase in collisions and falls. A year later, the Brooklyn Atlantics, one of the best teams in the National Association, beat the Charter Oaks 36-27 in the first game of ice baseball played in New York. Winds and terrible weather made things way more difficult for players who were already struggling at skating, and not long after, Baseball on Ice had reached its end. It did make a comeback for 2 games in 1884, but in those games, there was 27 errors. Can't say let's bring it back. Skeens on the mound with his 100-plus fastball, Ohtani at bat trying to take it 400 feet, players from both teams making diving plays and skates. I'd watch it. Would you?
Welcome back, Braves Country. First pitch on the way from Grant Holmes is more of the same, a four-seam fastball. It's high and inside. It's 1-0. Righty-righty matchup. The 1-0. Swung on and lifted. That's going to get dumped into center field and down for a base hit. Ortiz takes a wide turn, slams on the brakes. Harris cuts it off. Gets it back to Ozzie standing at second, but it's a leadoff single at the bottom of the order for the Brew Crew. He's got to start getting that fastball down. Hitters in the major leagues will pummel that. First pitch on the way is a four-seam fastball nowhere near the zone once again. It's 1-0. Holmes is doing the same thing over and over again. The biggest thing that I can see from it, just what little that I know about it and watching the replay, he's not fully extending and he's just kind of throwing with his arm as opposed to getting low and driving the ball. And when you do that, you open up all kinds of issues with your mechanics. Those of y'all who may have like thrown a football or whatnot, if you just stand there and throw the football without moving your feet, it's the same thing. You're going to sail it high. So Murph goes out there to talk to him because nobody else is going to. And Holmes flips it over to first to try to keep the runner close by. One-0 count, runner at first. Here's the pitch. Slider right there. Bottom corner, 1-1. Good pitch. They haven't used it as much as I think they should, but he's been getting that curveball called to the lefties outside. 1-1. Another slider right there. The home plate umpires rang him up as strike 3. I don't think that's right. I'm pretty sure that was a 1-1 count. The strike was correct, but he's confused as hell like I am because the throw. Okay, he's cleaned it up and admitted his error. He punched him out. Looked like as the 1-2, down and in, 2-2. He looked like the home plate umpire. What was his name? Leslie Nielsen on Naked Gun. He danced around going, strike 3. Just dancing around. The 2-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. So he does strike out. But the biggest reason why I knew that could not be true is because not only was that first pitch egregiously high and out of the zone, but Smurf walked out there to talk to him specifically because of it. And the look on Terang's face, like, what the hell? Pat Murphy, the manager of the Brewers, boy, his eyes got bigger than cantaloupes looking down there, but once he realized that home plate umpire Emil Johnson admitted his error, he kind of calmed down. 1 on, 1 out. Pitch on the way to Churio. Four-seam fastball, nowhere near the zone. It's 1-0. It's the same thing over and over again. His four-seam fastball, he is missing. For those of y'all listening on radio, he's missing it in the top corner, well out of the zone, inside the right-handers. The 1-1, right there, cutter, or 1-0, excuse me, right there, cutter at the knees. It's 1-1. He might have to just throw that four-seam fastball out the window and stick with the cutter in this inning. Maybe he can fix it in between innings. 1-1, swung on and lifted, slider going back on the track. Harris chases it. That's going to go off the wall, but I'm pretty sure that's a home run. Looks like they're ringing it up as so, and a hanging slider by Holmes, and the Brewers have taken a 2-0 lead. That ball got out in a hurry. Harris was chasing it. If he could have gotten back to that spot, he would have been able to steal the home run. That ball was scorched over his head. Harris was playing a little shallow. I'd like to see a different view on it, see if maybe he got a bad jump. the replay they keep showing is just the tail end of the play. The Cheerios smokes one over the head of Harris, and Brewers take a 2-0 lead. First pitch on the way to William Contreras is a swing and a miss. It's 0-1. The 0-1. That time, by the way, was a 97-mile-an-hour fastball, and it was inside the zone, the 0-1. Inside, nowhere near it. 97 again, but this time, well inside. Been extremely inaccurate with that fastball tonight. Evening up the count 1-1. Got to be careful with Contreras. He can send it out in a hurry, too. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss. 1-2. I think that's essentially where Grant Holmes was shooting for that slider that he threw to Cheerios. He was trying to get it to the outside edge. But, man, that thing just hung up like a cement mixer. The 1-2. 87 just misses outside. 2-2. 2-2 count. If he can keep it right there and keep the Braves in this, they'll have time to claw back into this. You don't want to spiral it out of control. The 2-2. Swing, fisted down the right field line, but fouling out of play. Braves 0, Milwaukee 2. The 2-2. You go around, they check down the third base line. Doug Edding said he didn't go around. I'd like to see a side view of that. It was close. We're not getting one, but a full count. Swing, rips it. That ball's belted. That ball's going off the wall. Good play by Harris. Man, he did a great job of getting that ball back in. In fact, it's a fairly close play at second. Contreras is going to be safe, but Harris, however you want to look at it, whether that was a little bit of luck or whatever, the ball came off the wall and he played it perfectly off the carom as it shot to the right. He was standing right there. Contreras running the whole way. Doesn't have great speed, but decent speed for a catcher. Harris threw a bullet to Ozzie. He was almost in front of Contreras. Struggling all the hell out there. Nobody's out there to talk to Grant Holmes. He'll throw the first pitch to Bowers about a foot outside the zone. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Swing, curveball, smacks it back. It's 1-1. 1-1 count. Braves trail by just 2. We're in the early going here in the third inning. Holmes looks in, the 1-1. 85 grabs the outer edge. Curveball, same area. That curveball, they are giving him that call. And why Murphy is not dialing that up to lefties, I do not understand. That's only the third time he's called that pitch out there tonight, and each time it's been a strike. And it's about 2 inches out of the zone. The 1-2. Swing, chops it over towards first, but foul. One-two count. Bowers, the cleanup hitter from the left side of the plate. The 1-2. Could look like he went around 95. He got him. 95 gas up top, 2 down. Going to clean this screen up a little bit as they... Yeah, he definitely went around. They just showed the side view. He was definitely out. First pitch on the way, swing and a miss, fastball, 95 on the inner cut to Rhys Hoskins. It's 0-1. That's really the pitch that's been missing tonight for Grant Holmes. Command on that fastball. When he can get it inside like that to right-handers, he's hard to beat. The 0-1, down and in, it's 0-2. When you're missing that far out of the zone, it makes it really easy for guys to just lay off early in the swing. The 0-2, slider in the dirt, 1-2. You don't want every pitch to be in the zone, but you want it to be close enough where the guy thinks they may be in the zone. 1-2 count. Runner at second, 2 outs. Holmes trying to keep it right here at 2-0. The 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him to chase one inside, and that'll end the inning. Not before the Brewers put 2 on the board. Grant Holmes has given up 2 runs, but he's got 6 strikeouts. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Buddy, just a little update on my end, okay? I live in a basement apartment, okay? Right here's my bed, and right here is a pipe filled with hot sewage water, okay? There's hot running through this pipe, and that's not even the best part. The best part is my upstairs neighbor's toilet is right there! So I can hear him I can hear him flush, and then, get this is the best part, I can hear all of his hot floating directly above my face at 2:30 in the morning. Literally, he had diarrhea 3 nights ago, and it woke me up. So, great upstairs neighbor, everybody, huh?
He and I talked about hitting all the time. You know, it's a funny thing. You know, Spawn, Matthews, myself, the 3 of us, the 4 of us, we would start talking about hitting, and everybody would said, Bob, this conversation you out of. Leave it alone. You don't know anything about hitting. Talk about catching.
So Mr. Baseball and Hammer and Hank intersected as teammates on the Milwaukee Braves, and then they were reunited at the end of Hank's career. He came back to the city where his career had begun, and by that time, the radio voice of the Brewers is Bob Uecker. And here's a milestone for Henry Aaron, as called by you.
The pitch to Henry. A line drive left field base hit. Well, it came with one off-speed pitch too many, and Aaron winding to left. Another run is in. Brewers lead 3-2. Henry Aaron at first base with an RBI. Number 2,210. Now the all-time RBI leader in baseball. And a standing ovation for Henry Aaron. 2,210 RBIs, and they're still standing for Henry.
You're gonna... A pop. A what? A pop. That's called soda, sweetheart.
It is called a pop.
I don't know where you think you get these words from, but that is a soda.
It's not, baby.
Welcome back, Braves Country. Hope you're having a great Tuesday night. Remember, it's an early game tomorrow, 2:10 first pitch. I'll be flying in here from my day gig, so hope to be on the air around 1:30, but might be a few minutes after that. We should be good to go, though. It's not too terribly early. First pitch on the way to Harris. He swings at the very first pitch he sees, bangs a sinker into the dirt, dribbles it over to second, and it's an easy 4-3 put out. One away. You're just bailing a guy out when you swing at a sinker away from you. First pitch of the at-bat. Clean this screen up real quick. Ozzie Albies the batter. First pitch on the way. Sinker called for a low strike. It's on one really low strike. Might have gotten a piece of the zone, but man, it was close. The 0-1. Outside wide, 1-1 count. The out-of-town scoreboard looks like this. The Tigers all over the Orioles. 5-1. They're in the 8th inning. Reds holding on to a 1-0 lead over the Guardians in the 8th. As the 1-1's bang fouled, it's 1-2. Pirates trail the Marlins 3-2. They're heading to the 9th. Phillies 4-3 over the Cubbies in the 6th, 4-3. The 1-2 to Ozzie. High and inside. Kind of a close shave. 2-2. Red Sox 2-1 lead over the Rays. That game is in Boston tonight. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Another strikeout by Priester. He is mowing them down. 2 down. Nationals 4-2 over the Mets. That game is in the 6th. Yankees 5-1 over the Royals. Max Fried's on the bump tonight for New York. They're in the 4th. Rangers, Twins. It's 3-0 Texas. They're in the 4th. Blue Jays 4-0 over the Cardinals in St. Louis in the 4th. First pitch on the way to Sean Murphy is a sinker right down the pipe, taken all the way. It's 0-1. Murphy singled his first time up. The 0-1 in the dirt. 1-0. Slider misses. White Sox 1-0 over the Astros in the early going there. They just began the 3rd inning. Giants and Rockies scoreless in the 1st. 1-1. Priester, 61st pitch of the night. Swing, rips it down the third base line. That ball's going to get down where the green grass grows. Smurf is coming around first. He's heading to second. And your Atlanta Braves have got a 2-out double.
Smurf is me. I must call an emergency meeting.
Don't try to fool me.
Good hard hit by Murphy. That's the one thing. If you throw a heater on the inner cut to Murphy, he's going to hammer it down that third base line. Sometimes I don't know how he keeps the ball fair, but that is his sweet spot. Eli White, the batter, he's 1 for 1. Smurf at second, 2 outs. First pitch down below the knees. It's 1-0. Now Smurf will be running with the crack of the bat with there being 2 outs, so that speeds him up a little bit. You would think Freddie Gonzalez would be pretty aggressive. The 1-0. Down and away. 2-0. 2-0 count. Eli's singled right field his first time up, raising his batting average to .245. The 2-0 to the book. Right there, slider just kissed the inner part down in the zone. It's 2-1. 2-1 count. 93 below the knees, called for a strike. That was a low strike. Evens up the count 2-2. That missed the zone by an inch or so. Now with 2 strikes, you got to guard the plate if you're Eli. You can't take another one down there. They set up inside the 2-2. Slider down and away, 3-2. Full count. Standing on deck is Nick Allen. The full count pitch. Swing. Roasted over towards third. Caught. Line drive out. Good play by Durbin, and that'll end the inning. Once again, the Braves get runners in scoring position. They cannot get them in. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
People often ask, what's the best way to handle it when someone walking in front of you won't let you pass? Well, I'm going to share with you the one sentence I use that works every single time. Move the f*** out the way, bitch!
And so we are now in Yankee Stadium. On the mound, the man who's become known around this country as the Little Cajun, the man with a whipping arm, Ron Guidry. George Brett will lead off, followed by Hal McRae, Amos Otis. He hits it well to deep right center field. Piniella going way back to the wall and jumped. It's off the wall. Brett going around second, heading for third. He'll go into third. Triple George Brett.
He said in the pregame interview, Ron Guidry is not God. He typifies the Royals team. He wants to lead them, and he has just shown them that Ron Guidry can be hit.
I mean, therapy is great and all, but have you ever rage cleaned your house for 3 hours and then lit a candle? I imagine the results are similar.
What is this right here?
A sunroof.
No, it's a roof.
A roof? It's a roof!
It's a roof.
Hunter, you don't bark like a dog! Like roof, roof, roof!
That's how you say it,
No,
though.
it's a roof.
Roof, roof, roof.
Roof.
Roof. 2 O's. Roof.
In your case, Duke, I realize this isn't fair to ask you to narrow it down to a single moment, but an all-star memory for you?
Well, it would have to be 1966 for me, Bob. The St. Louis Cardinals invited me back for the All-Star game that year. I worked the concession stands on a very hot day and really didn't catch a break there either. They gave me hot chocolate. I mean, I couldn't believe it, 106 degrees.
A typical bad break, a setback for you.
What a day.
Hey Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Welcome back. Grant Holmes back to work. First pitch, curveball, wide out of the zone. It's 1-0. Thank you for the membership donation, Iron Lung. 1-0, swing and a miss. It's 1-1. Frelick walked his first time up. Righty-lefty matchup. 1-1 from Holmes. Swing pops it up. High down the left field line, giving chase is Eli. He'll make the catch in foul territory just in front of the tarps out there in left field. 1 away. That was his four-seam fastball. If he can locate that, he's going to be in much better shape. That's the kind of stuff he can do there when he's got that fastball working in the zone. And also thank you to Mr. James Hagan. First pitch on the way is a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Swing and a miss strike to Collins, the left fielder. On the righty-lefty matchup, it's 0-1. The 0-1 brings it. Swing, pops it back foul, 0-2. 0-2 count. Braves trail by 2 here in the early going. The 0-2 from Holmes. 95 misses high, 1-2. Milwaukee, according to listening to the Milwaukee broadcast last night postgame, they said they've been struggling quite a bit scoring runs, kind of having, basically Braves-itis, right? As the 1-2's in the dirt, 2-2. So the Braves may be able to take advantage of that and get back into this game. Teams are slumping like that. Sometimes they just overreach. The 2-2, 95, misses outside wide, full count. He's given that call on the bender on the outside. He's not doing it with the fastballs. Full count. Collins digs in. The pitch. Swing, chops it foul. Slider inside. Once again, full count. Later on tonight, you've got the A's at the Angels, Dodgers at the Padres, the Mariners at the Diamondbacks. Man, Dodgers and Padres had another classic last night. I don't know how many of y'all caught that, but stayed up for a little bit of it. I ended up catching the highlights this morning. The payoff pitch, swatted back foul. If y'all missed the note at the beginning of the broadcast, the plan is second half of the season, we're going to try to bring you some West Coast action after the Braves game is over. And it's really going to come down to the big matchup of the night that affects the playoff run. The 3-2, fouls it back, we'll do it again. If the Braves are still in the playoff hunt, it's going to be geared more towards what affects Atlanta. If not, it'll be the marquee matchup. The payoff pitch, swing popped up high and deep into right. going back on the track, making the catch just before the wall is Acuna for a loud out number 2. Man, he gave that one a ride. 9 pitches in that at bat. Whew. The way Acuna was kind of drifting back there, I thought it was going over his head until he straightened up and turned around. Durbin takes the first pitch, 4-seam fastball on the outer edge for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Holmes flings it up there. 96 misses high, 1-1. The 1-1 count. Turns and delivers. That curveball misses well inside, 2-1. We're most likely going to wait to right around the All-Star break to start doing that. But like, for instance, tonight, if we were doing it tonight, is the 2-1 pitch. 94 misses high and outside, 3-1. We would probably do the Padres and Dodgers. We're going to set up a second show card for it, and I'll start the 3D feed, but I'm going to need a little while to. It's a 3-1 pitch, misses high and out of the zone, ball 4. Batter heads on down to first, and I'm going to need a few minutes to go out and put the dogs out and all that kind of stuff, and I'll come back into when I'm ready to settle in. But we'll put the 3D on it regardless, and then I'll catch it within an inning or so of it starting. But if the Braves game is still going on, just realize if you're looking for it, it won't be on until the Braves game is over. The Braves will always take precedent. Slider right there at the knees for Holmes. To Ortiz, it's 0-1. I don't care if we're 60 games out of first place, we're doing the Braves game. The 0-1 count. Turns and flips it over to first. The 0-1 count. Runner at first, 2 outs. Ortiz is 1 for 1. Pitch on the way, swung on, hit up the middle, backhanded by Ozzie. He'll flip it over to first, and that'll end the inning. About to say, if he got on base again, this guy's hitting 187, and he looks like Ty Cobb against us. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country. Your Braves trail by only 2, and we grab the sticks.
Hey, first crack of the day, boy. Let me pour one out for Burger King. Man, they ain't got Burger Kings no more. I'll be looking at the throne being like, who sit on the burger throne, man? And I know people be laughing. I'm like, I know it funny, dog. They used to give out clowns, boy. Now you can't even find a number 9 chicken sandwich no more. They don't even want you to go up there anymore. I be in the drive-thru of like a Burger King like an hour away, and they be like, what you want, man? What's the point anymore? I'm like, come on, man. I know you got one patty back there. You the Burger King. You're like, King, Dad, man. They be tearing down the castles.
Here's Brent Rooker, and he swings, and he hits this one out to the middle of the field, and the center fielder jumps, and he misses it. And the runner is running, and he runs all the way, and he scores. And the A's take a huge lead, 1-0, and that drastically changes things here in the first inning. That ball went a long ways, and I think Brent Rooker's favorite color is green trees. Bayo has been struggling this year, and Brent Rooker really got a hold of that baseball. This one very high and very far, but sadly it didn't go over the wall because that wall was super tall, probably taller than the wall of China. Anyways, Jarren Duran, he's a really bad he's good, right? He's a good baseball player, and he missed that one. Just a bad, unlucky day for him. He couldn't jump 18 feet in the air like my grandfather could. That guy had some superpowers. Nah, I'm just kidding. And here's the pitch. This one swung on and missed. The A's getting ahead early once again. Let's see if they can add on.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. Welcome back. First pitch to Nick Allen is a swing and a miss strike. It's 0-1. Allen 0 for 1 on the day with the strikeout. The 0-1 misses inside, but called for a wide strike by Emil Jimenez. It's 0-2. Priester is definitely taking advantage of the big strike zone Jimenez is given out there tonight. The 0-2 misses high. Did he go around? They did not. 1-2. Priester, a guy, came into this game with a low strikeout rate, has 6 strikeouts in 4 innings. The 1-2 to Allen. 92 cutter misses outside, 2-2. Braves are about to flip the order over again with Acuna on deck. That'll be their 3rd time through the lineup. 2-2 misses outside, 3-2. You would hope that they're ready to do damage the 3rd time through. Maybe Allen can get on. The payoff pitch, swing, hits it into left field. That's going to get down where the green grass grows. Curling around, throwing towards second. This is going to be close. A bad throw, and Nick Allen's got a leadoff double for your Atlanta Braves. Let's get it.
Hitting, not about muscle. Simple physics. Calculate the velocity V in relation to the trajectory T, in which G, gravity, of course, remains a constant. It's not complicated.
Oh, baby! Hustling out of the box. One thing you can never claim Nick Allen isn't doing, he's never not playing hard. So he stands at second. Acuna is 2 for 2, standing at the plate. First pitch on the way. Slider up top. It's 0-1. Makes you wish you could have saved one of Acuna's hits for now. Acuna 2 for 2 and 2 singles by the time he was stranded out there. The 0-1. Cutter misses down and in. 1-1. Infield is back into the left. Change the view for a second so you can see any action there on the diamond. The 1-1. Swing, hits it up the middle. That ball's going to get through, and Nick Allen's going to come around to score, and your Braves have cut this lead in half. It's 2-1 Atlanta. RBI single for Mr. Ronald Acuna Jr. He is 3 for 3, baby!
Bravo. Bravo.
That's got to drive. First of all, Nick Allen, for whatever reason, slid into third. Had enough time to pop up and run home. What the hell was he doing? Unless Freddie is telling you to get down, which he's not, because we'll just watch the whole replay on the Milwaukee cast. Why are you sliding into third? But anyways, I guess he thought maybe the second baseman or the shortstop was going to get the ball. Austin Riley, the batter, first pitch on the way, swung on, chopped over to short, and it's going to be a 6-4-3 rally killing double play. Bat at bat by Riley. You got the starting pitcher on the ropes, and you swing at the first pitch you see, and it's a sinker in the dirt. I mean, come on. But the Braves have scored a run. That'll clear the bases for Matt Olson, who could tie this up with one swing. First pitch on the way to Matty is a slider in the dirt. It's 1-0. Priester, by the way, sitting at 78 pitches here in the 5th inning. If he gets out of this pretty quickly, he'll be out there for the 6th. The 1-0. Hanging slider up top. 1-1. 1-1 count. Swing, slices it foul. 1-2. Braves trail by just 1 now. 2-1 your score. The 1-2. Swing. Slices that cutter back over the third base dugout. We'll do it again. Olson batting just .236 on the season, but he does have 14 home runs. Is the 1-2 in the dirt, 2-2. His OPS is up to 811 and 39 RBI. The 2-2 count. Welcome to the club, Tim Dewberry. The 2-2 misses high. Full count. Full count to Olson. Standing on deck is Ozuna. We'll take a walk right here. Extend this inning a little bit. Payoff pitch. Swing. Might have chased one off the plate. It's going down the left field line. Will they have enough room? They do. Making the jumping catch is the third baseman, Durbin. Nifty play as he slams into the tarps down there, and that'll end the inning. But not for your Atlanta Braves. Put one on the board via the RBI single by Acuna.
Bravo.
How to talk about somebody behind their back, the Irish way. So the first one I'm going to show you here is the dip your toes in technique. This is when you're with a friend and you want to bitch to them about another one of your friends, but you still want them to think you're nice. What I'm going to do is quickly dip my toes in with an insult. John seems to have an awful lot of time on his hands lately. Then pull back with a compliment. He's a good laugh though. Now we intensify. He mustn't be working at all, is he? But he's not the worst fella I've ever met in my life. I hear he can't pay his mortgage and his wife is cheating on him and everything. Now instead of a compliment, we're going to use a compliment that everyone knows is an insult. He's looking very healthy. That means he's f***ing fat.
I know I've said it more than once, but I am sick and tired of f***ing inflation. 4 years ago, all this food would have been $150. I just spent almost $400 on groceries. This is ridiculous. Like, hello, complaint department, is that you? Yes, it's me, Ashley.
Sometimes I think people underestimate just how good of a player Ichiro was. So here are some facts that show just how good he actually was. His 4,367 hits in his professional career are the most of any player in baseball history. He holds a single season record for most hits with 262. Even though he debuted at age 27 and had a 9-year career in Japan prior, he still managed to finish his major league career with 3,089 hits. In the first at-bat of his third MLB game, he singled, which raised his career batting average to 300. From there, it never dipped below that mark for the rest of his career. If he came out of retirement, it would take 444 hitless at-bats for his career average to dip below 300. It is estimated he had 694 infield hits in his career. His .329 average against lefties is the highest on record for a lefty batter since split data became available in 1974. He had 7 20-plus game hitting streaks during his career.
First pitch on the way from Grant Holmes is a swing and a miss strike. Down in the zone, a little bit below the zone, to the leadoff man, Bryce Terang. It's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. The 1-2-3 hitters due up. The 0-1. Drops a curveball there on the outer edge. It's 0-2. That pitch has been so good tonight, and yet they keep going away from it, especially to the left-handers. The 0-2. Swing, chops it foul. We'll do it again. Grant Holmes gave up the 2-run home run, but he has struck out 7. We'll make it 6. He's got 4 hits given up, 2 earned, and 3 walks. 3 walks is what concerns you. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Make that number 7. 1 away. Priester, his counterpart, has sprinkled 7 hits across. He has not walked any, which is not like him. And he struck out 6, which is not like him. Braves are chasing a lot of pitches out of the zone. Righty-righty matchup. Churio takes the first pitch up top. It's 0-1. Yeah, JC, when you're talking about Riley, man, I'm still convinced he's much better as a number 5 hitter. They have him way too high in the order. Is he 0-1? Right there at the knees. 0-2. On days where Baldwin plays, put Drake up there at the number 2 spot. On days that he's off, I don't know, put Ozzie. It really doesn't matter. Put maybe Eli. It doesn't matter. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Number 8 on the day for Grant Holmes. Man, how about that? 8 strikeouts for Grant Holmes so far. You gotta like that.
I play real sports. Not trying to be the best at exercising. I'm Teddy Powers! I'm the man who has the ball, so that is why I am better than everyone in the world.
2-1 your score. 2 down here in the 5th. Holmes at 88 pitches. He takes the first pitch and flings it up there, 96 at the knees to Contreras. It's 0-1. You'd think they'd probably bring him back out there for the 6th inning if he can get Contreras. The 0-1. Swing. Saws it off foul down the right field line. It's 0-2. 0-2 count. Welcome to the Country Club. Paul Smith, Dewberry, Appel, Coppercat, Jen J, excuse me. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That man just did it right there. He struck out the side. Holy banana!
I play real sports. Not trying to be the best at exercising. I'm Teddy Powers! I'm the man who has the ball, so that is why I am better than everyone in the world.
Mets fan gets roasted by reporter.
Playing the Mets because they stopped holding on like the second week in April, and you can tell that the Mets absolutely stink despite having the highest payroll in the history of baseball, because normally when they're playing even average, all their seats are sold out for the season, and so they all come down to Philadelphia to watch the team. And we have only found one Mets fan, and look how dejected he looks. He's sitting right at the foot of the Mike Schmidt statue. No friends, no fellow Mets fans, and he looks like the saddest baseball fan in all of Major League Baseball right now. And he probably bought these tickets last winter thinking, I gotta get this before I can't get a Mets ticket for 5 years. And now he probably had friends that also had tickets, and none of them wanted to travel to Philly to see that stinking Mets team.
Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell, Bob Uecker. We're at Royal Stadium in Kansas City.
I tell you, Howard, talking about Sparky Lyle. Of course, this is his second appearance, but he has pitched as well tonight as I have seen him all of last year. Well, there's your waterfall.
It's beautiful. You'll be deposited right under it. That's where you'll spend the night till your 6:05 plane tomorrow morning.
Biscuit hit in 8 straight games, 11 for 25 when he came in tonight, but so far he's been collared, and that's fouled out of play. Oh, somebody almost fell out of the upper deck trying to get that foul.
All you got to do is sit around like Howard and get hit in the chest with him. You don't have to dive around for him. Just sit and wait. Right, Howie?
All I can say is it's still another error on the Uecker record.
Join the Country Club today. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the Country Club today. First pitch on the way to Ozuna is sawed off foul back behind home plate. It's 0-1. Righty-righty matchup. And I hope Ozuna hits one out for his doppelganger on this road trip. As he 0-1, misses outside. 1-1. He looks so sad when Ozuna's not hammering home runs, man. 1-1 count. Swing, lifts it high and deep into right field, but won't be deep enough. Drifting back, making the catch is Frelick for a long out, number 1. One down. Michael Harris, the second, the batter. First pitch on the way to Money Mike is a curveball in the dirt. It's 1-0. He swung at the first pitch he saw last time up, a sinker that he popped out. The 1-0, swung on, lifted down the left field line. If it's fair, it's trouble. That ball's going to bang into the corner. It is going to be a foul ball. Just foul. That would have been extra bases for sure for Harris. Disappears from view as it got down in that corner, but looks like it just fell a foot or so left of the line. 1-1, misses high, 2-1. Ball goes to the backstop. Just a bit outside. 2-1 count. Brings it. Down and in 3-1. We'll take a leadoff or we'll take a one-out walk to get things going if we can get Harris on board. He's got the speed to make a difference. The 3-1, swing, pops it up. Jam shot. Everybody's doing that to him nowadays. That'll be an easy out in foul territory. 2 down. Still cannot understand why he is batting in the middle of the order. He's got, I mean, you might as well call him Swiss cheese. He has so many holes in his swing. He needs to be in the lineup every day because of his glove, but you don't have to put him up in the middle of the order. First pitch to Ozzie Albies is swung on and fouled straight back. It's 0-1. Oh for 2 with a pop out and a strikeout. Ozzie batting just .234 now, the 0-1. Golf's a sinker down and away, down the line and foul. It's 0-2. The 0-2, swing, chops it towards first. We'll do it again. Priester at 94, 95 pitches now. This may very well be his last inning. If so, he's pitched a dandy. He's given up just the 1 run. He struck out 6. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, make that 7. And that'll end the inning. 1, 2, 3, the Braves go in order. Nothing doing. We go to the bottom of the 6th, see if we can hold serve here in Braves country.
What's your experience been like here at the baseball camp?
Pretty fun. I like playing first base and third base. And, I just came here to hit dingers and have a good time.
Y'all, my homie just pulled up and told me everybody business and had the nerve to ask me what I've been up to.
Your husband's money is not yours just because you pop some kids out.
You're absolutely right. Want to know why it's mine? It's not because of the kids. I have 2 of them, by the way. It's not because of the kids. Kids. You want to know why? Don't be spreading these lies. Your husband's money is not yours. Who the told you that? The air he breathes is mine. Okay? I'm around people who have either been in me or have popped out of me 24/7. That is mine. All mine. You sound like you mad because you don't get no money. Does he have you on an allowance? Mine don't.
Best rapper alive.
Tupac.
There's a drive by Canigliaro, and it is out of here. What a bomb he is. Canigliaro hits a home run, his first time at bat at Fenway Park. And he gets a tremendous hand. What a thrill that must be for a 19-year-old boy. Look at that smile on his face.
Tony Canigliaro had tremendous charisma, a young guy, good-looking, personable. The fans loved him. The kids loved him. Everybody loved him.
Tony C. led the American League in homers in 1965 and was the second youngest player to reach 100 home runs. He and Yaz gave a Boston team that hadn't contended since the early 50s hope for the future. And the Sox had brought in new manager Dick Williams for the 1967 season to instill a fresh attitude.
The only thing I can tell you right now, I'll guarantee you we'll have a hustling ball club.
Welcome back. First pitch from Grant Holmes is about a foot and a half outside the strike zone. It's 1-0. Righty-lefty matchup. If there was someone standing in the right-hand batter box, they would have gotten it right in the screws in the small of the back. 1-0 down and in, 2-0. Sitting at 93 pitches, he might be cooked. Braves trying to get another inning out of him. 2-0. Swing, lifts it high and deep. Going back on the track, she gone. That ball was drilled down the throat of Grant Holmes. A solo home run, and it's 3-1 Milwaukee. Fastball got way too much of the plate. Sitting right there on a tee for a left-handed power hitter, and he did not miss it. Bowers, just his 5th home run of the year, but remember he does platoon. And that ball was smoked. Dead center into the hitter's eye. We're saying 399 feet, but it got out in a hurry. If it was 399 feet, you kind of have to question that. 108 miles an hour off the bat of Bowers, and the Braves cough up the run they just got back. 1-0 to Hoskins, inside 2-0. The 2-0 brings it, swing and a miss, 2-1. Two-one count. Down and in, 3-1. JC, I don't know how far behind you are, man, but the Braves are batting, so Ozzie Albies is not bad. The 3-1 to Hoskins. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Or strike 2, excuse me. Got ahead of myself. Good slider there. Now you got a full count. Braves trail by 2 and still a long way to go in this one. So they can find their way back. Remember, they did most of their scoring in the late innings last night. You'll see the back of the bullpen tonight with Milwaukee, so it's going to be a little more difficult. Aaron Bummer's warming up in the pen for the Braves. The payoff pitch. Swing, he belts that one, and I think she gone. No, right there at the wall making the catch is Eli. The way Grant Holmes turned around and stuck his hands on his knees, usually that means he knows he gave up a homer. And he looked like every single movie you've ever seen of a pitcher that thought he'd given up a home run. And Eli White catches it at the back of the wall. Really had a few feet to play with, but Holmes was convinced that ball was gone. One thing that is gone is Grant Holmes. He's going to see the door. Aaron Bummer coming out, and I think Grant Holmes is just absolutely out of steam. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country. The Braves bring in the pen. On this date, 1902, Horace Fogel, known for his career as a sports writer, is fired as the Giants manager just 44 games into the season. The 51-year-old skipper, who will go on to administrative position with the Philadelphia Phillies, will be best remembered for his attempt to turn future Hall of Famer sophomore hurler Christy Mathewson, who had won 20 games a year before, into a position player. On this date, 1972, Hammer and Hank Aaron passes Willie Mays, moving into second place on the all-time home run list. Braves outfielder connects for a grand slam, his 14th, to tie Gil Hodges' National League mark against the Phillies for his 649th career home run, 65 shy of Babe Ruth. And on this date, 1974, Michael Jack Schmidt collects one of the longest singles in big league history. When the umpire rules the ball, he hit off Astros hurler Claude Osteen that carried him off the top of the address speaker, hanging 117 feet in the air and 329 feet from home plate, is a one-bagger, according to the ballpark's ground rules. Rice University Mathematics Department calculates the Astrodome blast would have traveled 550 feet if left unimpeded. Aaron Bummer comes on. Grant Holmes does not get the quality start. He goes 5 1/3 is the first pitch on the way to Sal Frelick, is dribbled on the ground towards Ozzie. Ozzie has it. 4-3 put out, 2 down. He goes 5 1/3, does strike out 9, but gave up 2 home runs and 3 earned runs altogether. Braves trail by 2. So not a great outing, but not terrible. First pitch on the way is a sinker down and in. It's 1-0. Collins the batter. 1-0. Kicks and fires. 90 misses inside. 2-0. 2-0 count. Bummer flings it, swing, rips it back to Bummer. It's an atom ball, and he got him. L1 in your scorecard, line drive, perfect catch by Mr. Aaron Bummer, and that'll end the inning. He comes in and puts out the fire. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Rain delay.
Aloha, sports fans. You're looking live at the Garage Invitational as Stoney steps to the green.
Swing! Oh, it's a nice swing there, Alice. Yeah, does your husband play? Consolation prize. Thank you so much.
I'm going to shoot lefty, guys.
But you can't hit right.
Oh, this will be funny.
Come on, Mrs. Groundskeeper's going to be coming home soon. We got to get out of here.
All right. Easy, guys.
Give me the club.
One day you're going to wake up and roll over next to somebody that's completely obsessed with you. It's probably going to be a dog, but it is what it is.
I have a question for the boys. How much does an oil change cost? Because they told me that I needed special oil because I drive a Volkswagen, so it was like $162. Is that normal? Can someone tell me? Because I'm just a girl.
How much does an oil change cost? I actually don't know, but I know who you can ask. You should ask the bear.
My therapist asked me how I've been handling everything, and I said, I've just been taking it one are you kidding me at a time. So.
Name, age, and where you from?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I'm Shelly. A lady never tells her age, but I will say I'm 39, but I don't look your typical 39, so I'm proud of that.
Shelly.
Yes.
You look 39. It's okay, though.
Trout, the only strikes he's thrown have been the first base. 1 ball, no strikes. Still hasn't thrown a strike. 6 pitches in a row. Trout a little uneasy. Again, ball 3. 7 straight pitches without a strike from a young man who is considered a great control artist. Look at that. Nowhere near. 8 straight pitches without a strike. Nobody out. Runners at first and second. Strike! Holy cow! And the crowd cheered. Who said he couldn't throw a strike?
Welcome back. Braves trail by 2. We head to the top of 7. Looking to try to cut into this 3-1 lead. Found it interesting. I was looking it up on X tonight to see what Braves. The short of it is there's no beat writers covering the Braves' trip to Milwaukee. One guy, I believe, got canned. The other guy is drunk playing records on X, and then the third main guy is nowhere to be seen. Uribe comes in, fires the first pitch up top, misses high to Sean Murphy, who's 2 for 2. It's 1-0. Right-hander Uribe in for Quinn Priester, 1-0 misses wide and out of the zone. 2-0. 2-0 count. Brings it. 100-mile-an-hour sinker just below the knees, but got the call. Ball moving that fast, he probably doesn't see it. It's 2-1. Abner Uribe, just a 1.48 ERA. 2-1. Hanging slider, one that Murphy should have took a poke at. Instead, he's got the count even out at 2-2. 2-2 count. Uribe, 24-year-old out of the Dominican Republic. The 2-2 swung on. Chops it very lightly over to first. Standing on the pillow to retire Murphy for the easy out as Hoskins went away. 6'3", 210-pound, third-year major leaguer out of the Dominican Republic. Very good rookie year with the 1.76 ERA. Very good this year with 1.48 ERA. In between that, last year, his ERA is the first pitch by Eli White is dribbled over to second. It's going to be an easy 4-3 put out, and quickly 2 up, 2 down for the Braves. Last year, Uribe had a 6.91 ERA. Looked like it was control that was killing him. He gave up 12 walks in 14 innings. A high batting average of almost 300. Drake Baldwin, the batter. He will bat for Nick Allen. First pitch on the way to the Drake is 99 right down the pipe. It's 0-1. Drake now hitting below 300 at 294 on the year. 7 home runs, 18 RBIs. He's been in a bit of a slump past week or so, but it's got to be hard to be a rookie and barely get any playing time. The 0-1 slaps it over to third. It's going to be a line drive out, and that'll end the inning. 1, 2, 3. We go down in order without a peep. We'll be back in a flash. Get up and stretch, Braves country. 7th inning stretch. Welcome back. First pitch on the way from Aaron Bummer to Durbin on the outer edge. Misses, right, hits right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1, lefty-righty. That curveball misses outside. 1-1. It's a little dumbfounding to me that the Braves continue to use Nick Allen as a pinch hitter. The 1-1 chop foul down the line. 1-2. In times of the game where, I mean, let's be honest, that wasn't a big spot in the game. You still have 2 more innings. And there was nobody on with 2 outs and you're trailing by 2. Why are you using your best pinch hitter in that spot? The 2-2 hits him in the foot, so he'll head on down to first. It's a leadoff hit by pitch walk to start the bottom of the 7th. But if you got a bat like Drake Baldwin sitting in the wings at any point in the game, and you've got 2 more innings, I just don't understand the logic behind that. Not to mention the fact Nick Allen was 1 for 2 on the day, so I mean, they are challenging this hit by pitch. You see it from the side view, it doesn't look like it hit him. And I can't really tell. It kind of looks like it misses his foot altogether. Looked like it hit him between his lead foot and his back foot. And there wasn't much of a reaction from the batter until they called it a hit by pitch, and then he started moving his foot. So that was just, acting. Acting! If you know that reference. But nonetheless, there's a good chance there's going to be a big spot coming up later in this game with the game on the line, and I'd much rather have Drake Baldwin to choose from there. That ball, once again, they're showing the wrong replay as the production team is just unbelievable. We're getting the call right now. They're saying the call stands. I don't see it. That ball looked like it hit him between his 2 feet. It is a weird view, and it's really hard to detect it. But it definitely looked like that it missed him between his 2 feet. Nonetheless, runner at first, nobody out. We'll pull the camera back for you as the first pitch on the way to Ortiz. Misses well inside for a ball. It's 1-0. I understand putting Drake Baldwin in that spot if you had a runner on base. There was nobody out. Nobody on with 2 outs and you're trailing by 2. Like, what were you gaining out of that? Light throw from Bummer over to first. Kind of a wasted pickoff move, if you ask me. You might try to be lulling to sleep and then do a quicker one here in a second. But 1-0 from Bummer. They show bunt. Ball goes down and in, 2-0. Bummer's just trying to gift bases over here as they're trying to give an out away. And both times he has spun the ball so far inside it's almost gotten the batter. I think he's trying to be too fine. He's missing the zone altogether. 2-0 count. Chopped right there off the plate. Smurf grabs it, tags the runner. I don't believe is it fair? It is not. It's a foul ball, so 2-1. Quick thinking by Murphy, just in case that was a fair ball. He would have had the runner dead to rights right there. Ball bounced behind home plate. We don't have a challenge left anyways, but it didn't look like it was a fair ball. So a 2-1 count. Ortiz 1 for 2 on the day. Pitch, swing, slices it down the right field line. Man, he is just ripping the Braves pitching. Runner is going to go from first to third, and they've got runners on the corners, nobody out. This Ortiz is an absolute bozo, batting under 200 for the year, and he is roasting Braves pitching. Did it last night, has done it again tonight. It's 2 for 3 on the night tonight. Last night he had the big double down the right field line against Sale. Now we got runners on the corners and nobody out. And really a non-strikeout pitcher on the bump. But he's set to face the left-handed bat of Terang. First pitch on the way. Curved ball in the dirt. It's 1-0. 1-0. The infield is in now, by the way. Trying to keep it a 3-1 game. The 1-0 runner goes, fakes the throw. So he'll steal second with these, and now his single is going to score 2 runs. So if you've never seen Milwaukee baseball before, you would think Ortiz is an MVP candidate the way he's been playing the last 2 days. Not a guy batting 190 on the year. That's only because of his hot streak against the Braves. The 2-0 pitch. Curveball right there at the knees. 2-1. Came into the series batting 183. 2-1 count, infield in. They're pulled to the right side. The 2-1 pitch, swing, slices it foul, 2-2. If he can get a strikeout here, it'd be huge. Standing on deck, though, is Jackson Churio. William Contreras is in the hole, so it doesn't get easier for Bummer. The 2-2. Missed the sweeper down and away, 3-2. Full count. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. He's got to solve Bryce Terang. The heart of the order looming on deck and nobody out with 2 on. The payoff pitch. Swing, slices the curveball down the line. We'll do it again. The full count. Inside, ball 4. Sinker high and in, bases loaded, nobody out. And the heart of the order coming up for the Brewers. And now Snicker's going to come get Bummer. Yeah, it's really not his fault. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country. What in the world?
So the best safe word you can use is meatloaf. Because it means I would do anything for love, but I won't do that.
Road Stadium and why?
Oh, Atlanta.
Why Atlanta?
Because I just love the baseball atmosphere. It's just fun to play there.
This division, what's the harder environment to play in as a visiting player, Atlanta or Philly? Really?
Yeah, the baseball atmosphere there in Atlanta is crazy every single day. It could be a Tuesday morning game.
Okay.
And it's still like you're playing Saturday night.
All right.
So.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Do you have time to talk about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ? Hey, don't run from the Lord. Where are you going?
Hold on! This is my favorite. Hold on! Her sister was a witch, right? And what was her sister? A princess! The Wicked Witch of the East, bro!
I'm gonna stab him.
You're gonna look at me and you're gonna tell me that I'm wrong? Am I wrong?
It's my favorite
She
movie.
wore a crown and she came down in a bubble,
I'm
dog!
not fighting with you.
Grow up,
I'm not
bro!
fighting with you.
Grow up!
If you don't think Mel Ott was one of the greatest players of all time, then you're Ott of your mind. His 42 home runs and 151 RBIs in 1929 were both records for players who were 20 years old or younger at the start of the season. Despite being only 5 feet, 9 inches, and 170 pounds, he led the National League in home runs 6 times. From 1928 to 1945, he led the New York Giants in home runs. This 18-season dominance is a record. He was the youngest player to hit 100 home runs and the first National Leaguer to hit 500 homers. He was the first National League player to have 8 consecutive 100 RBI seasons. Runners didn't dare run on him after his 26 assists in his first season as a full-time player. He hit better than 310 times in his major league career. At the time of his retirement, he had 200 more home runs than the next highest National League player. One sports writer summed up his life perfectly. His death was the worst that could have happened to baseball, but his playing career had been the best.
Welcome back. Bases loaded. Nobody out. First pitch on the way from Ruiz. They brought up from the minor leagues. Or, excuse me, picked him up off of waivers. This is high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. He was trash that the Phillies threw away. Is the 1-0 swing and a miss, 1-1. Has a ERA of over 8 and a whip of 1.88. So the idea of him coming in with the game on the line is a heck of a roll of the dice. 1-1. Almost hits him. 95 inside. 2-1. 2-1 count. But you never know. We may get lucky. Jose Ruiz. 2-1 fouls it back. 2-2. 6'1" they have him listed at. 245 pounds. He looks a lot taller. Anyways, have him listed at 6'1". He's been all over the league. San Diego, the White Sox for quite some time, Arizona, and then Philly the last 2 years. An 8.16 ERA in 14 innings this year. 2-2 from Ruiz, the pitch. Trying to get a chase the changeup. Now he's got a full count and the bases loaded. This is essentially what we threw away Scott Blewett for, and Craig Kimbrell. The payoff pitch, swing, fouls it away. We'll do it again. And the name of the game, you're just wondering why they do it. By the way, 6 walks in 14 innings. An opponent's batting average of .350 against him this year. Good Lord, .350. The payoff pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 down. They're batting .350 off this guy this year, and we threw away Scotty B and Craig Kimbrell. Woo! They love velocity. Man, oh man. That was a hanger. Churias just couldn't catch up, couldn't make contact with it. That'll bring William Contreras to the plate and just duck. The first pitch on the way, 96 high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. I thought I misread that at first when I was scanning his numbers. The 1-0. Nowhere near the zone. 2-0. You can see why, if he's this wild, he's probably having to lay him in there, and eventually they're going to tattoo. It doesn't matter how hard you throw, they're going to tattoo. The 2-0. 3-0. That pitch was nowhere near the zone. It's 3-0 count. Braves trail by 2. This game was not over, but it's almost like you're throwing up the white flag there when you're putting in a guy with the .350 batting average against an 8 ERA. The 3-0, fastball right down the pipe. Luckily, Contreras was taking that because that was right in his wheelhouse. 3-1. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Bases loaded, 1 out. The 3-1, inside ball 4. Well, he'll walk in a runner. His walking woes continue. Four to 1 your score. That'll bring Bowers, who slammed one out of the building his last time up. First pitch on the way, nowhere near the zone. Once again, it's 1-0. The 1-0. Kranitz is going to go out and talk to him. I mean, what's he going to say to him? He just met the guy. What's he going to say? Have you always sucked? You know what I mean? What was Anthopoulos doing picking you up? Here's some other fun stats for you on this guy. He's average walking almost a little over 4 batters per 9 innings his entire career. So he's never been worth the hit. Other fun facts as Crandon sends back to the dugout. Averages giving up 2 home runs per 9 innings in his career. The 1-0. Right there at the knees. Kind of a low call, but we'll take it for sure, 1-1. The OPS against this man this year, and it's not a small sample size, this is his 15th appearance, is above 1,000. 1-1 down and in. 2-0. 10-14 is the OPS. A slug of 617, an on-base percentage of 397. For those who love the expected, a BABIP of 383. The 2-1 fouls it straight back 2-2. I mean, you can put lipstick on a pig, but you're not going to convince me that this was a good pickup, especially considering who you kicked to the curb. 2-2 count. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 away. And I'm not trying to pick on him as a he might be a great guy. I don't know, but to throw away Scotty B, who pitched pretty well. I get that he had the bad inning against Arizona, but he won us a couple of games in extra innings as well. And to never even give Craig Kimbrell a chance is just absolutely dumbfounding. Bases loaded, 2 outs, and Rhys Hoskins takes the first pitch in the dirt. It's 1-0. 1-0. I just think AA has surrounded himself with a bunch of dorks that all they do is look at numbers and look at swing and miss rate, and they don't look at the big picture. The 1-0, down and away, 2-0. That bitch was in the dirt. If a guy his entire career has been very inaccurate, walking a lot of guys, I mean, a 350 batting average against this year, my God. That's not someone that you trade players out for. 2-0 count. 95, top shelf, 2-1. The 2-1, swing, pops it up. We'll get out of this with just giving up the 1 run, which is a freaking miracle. You'd have had a better chance sending, I don't know, Charlie Fritz out there to throw the 7th inning. We'll be back in a flash. We go to the 8th, trailing by 3.
Hey, to all the people out there who be eating salt and vinegar chips on purpose, are y'all okay?
What are you looking at, you dirty old skank? What are you looking at, Popeye? What are you looking at, you piece of road trash? What are you looking at? Jeez, I can smell you from over here. What are you looking at me for? I'm not a bottle of Jim Beam.
What's your emergency?
Yeah, somebody's just broke into my house.
Okay, we'll get a unit over shortly.
Okay, please hurry.
Real quick, can you verify your race for us?
I'm black. No, I'm sorry, I'm white. I'm full white.
Okay, can you answer a few questions just to confirm?
Okay.
Okay, how do you feel about Black Lives Matter?
All lives matter.
Nice. Did OJ do it?
Yeah, he did it.
Okay, who's the best boxer in the United States?
Jake Paul.
King of R&B.
Justin Bieber.
Okay, last question. Say ask.
X. Oh.
Listen to me, sweetie. You're a good fella. I love being married to you. I do. Now, that being said, RVNO.
Okay, I see.
You see what?
You obviously like being a slave to the clock. You feel compelled to follow a certain schedule, whereas I am independent-minded.
Don't quote from the video.
1986, Major League Baseball All-Star Game. Detroit Tiger Lou Whitaker is voted to start at second base. The game is in Minneapolis. Whitaker flies out, gets there, realizes he literally forgot his uniform. Doesn't have anything. I think Burt Blyleven loaned him a helmet. Damasco Garcia of the Blue Jays loaned him some gloves. And basically they went to a concession stand in the Metrodome and bought a jersey. They sold visiting teams jerseys. They bought a Tiger jersey, and then someone scribbled a number 1 on the back in black marker. And Lou Whitaker wore that in the All-Star game as his Tigers uniform. It's one of the greatest things ever.
Welcome back. Atlanta Braves trail this one 4-1. Acuña's having to trade out a bat. I guess there was something wrong with the one that he had. Ronald Acuña Jr. leads us off. He's 3 for 3. He'll face Uribe. Start the inning. First pitch on the way is a slider off the edge. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing. Slices it back. It's 0-2. Tim, nobody can really give a good answer about why they DFA'd Kimbrel, especially only giving him one chance. He had a shutout inning. Is the 0-2. Swung on, dribbled up the middle. It's going to be a tough play, but they should get him. 4-3 put out on away. Kimbrel was picked up by the Rangers today. And the other stupid thing about it, like the big picture stupid thing about it, Craig Kimbrel's heading to the Hall of Fame. And after being treated like that by Anthopoulos and the Braves, I don't know if he'll wear a Braves cap now. Before going into it, he would have done it. As the first pitch on the way is down and away for a ball that's wanted out. He may still do it. But to slap him in the face like that is absurd. 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1. And with nobody going to the Milwaukee series and covering the game live, I mean, your guess is as good as mine. Is the 1-1 misses inside 2-1. Not only are none of the writers up there, I believe Bowman might be there, but he's not reporting during the game. I don't believe he is there. I know that the AJC didn't send anybody because that was well documented earlier in the week. It's 2-1, swing and a miss, 2-2. The AJC didn't send anybody to San Francisco or Milwaukee to cover the series because they're losing money left and right. They're just cutting all kinds of funds. They no longer have Justin Toscano covering the Braves. That was beginning of June. They let him go. Is the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Man, he embarrassed Riley on that at bat. That was slider after sinker after slider after slider, and he could not do anything with it. 2 down, and Matt Olson was the batter. But that same mentality. So you remember last week when I told you that he was quoted, Snicker was quoted as saying the reason why he didn't put in one of the top pitchers in a game where we trailed by 2. I'm trying to remember the game. I think it was Arizona. We were down like 5-3, and they hit a 3-run home run, 8-3 on Montero, and the rest is history. He said he didn't want to chase wins, even though we're well below 500. Well, here we get one win under our belt. He's out there throwing out the front as opposed to the back of the bullpen. You'd think you'd be chasing a win right about now, trying to get this team on a streak. Matt Olson stands in after Contreras goes out there to talk to him. First pitch on the way, swung on and chops it off his ankle. It's 0-1. He appears to be okay. The 0-1. Down and in, 1-0. Matt Olson, line out, strikeout, foul out. Olsen hit a home run last night, but is 0 for tonight. The 1-1 to Olsen. Swing, chops it down the third base line. It's 1-2. (0-2) count. Brings it, swings it, down in the left field line. That's going to get down in the corner, down where the green grass grows. Here comes Olsen around first, heading to second, and it's a 2-out double for the Ice House.
This is not watered down. This is Ice House. Ice House. Smooth as it gets.
Kicks that thing down in the corner, and Olsen trucks into second base with Ozuna coming to the plate. Ozuna, he's 0 for 3. First pitch on the way is 99. They're giving him a wide strike on the outer edge. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Outside wide, 1-1. 1-1 count. Brings it. Sinker off the edge, 2-1. The 2-1 from Uribe, his 24th pitch of the night. Twists and turns, shimmy and shakes, brings it, swing. That ball's lifted high, but not very deep. Easy fly ball into center field. Chirios has it, and that'll end the inning. Braves trail by 3. We go to the bottom of the 8th in Milwaukee.
Consider going along with some drug testing policies that he wants to put into baseball, and I'll tell you, the players seem very united against that. Despite the urgings of the commissioner, they just feel it's an invasion of privacy.
Perhaps it is, but then again, there's so much bad publicity coming down day after day after day.
There's the 2-0 to Horner, and that's a strike at the inside corner. Well, I don't think that they're going to go along with the policies that Uberoth wants as is, but there may be some area for compromise in there, hopefully. 3-1 the count, and Bob Horner. Horner hit into a force play his first time. That's well out of here. Deep to left field. How far is it going? It almost made it to the club level. A long 2-run homer for Bob Horner, his 27th of the year. RBIs number 87 and 88. And the Braves are back to within 2.
And, of course, tonight we're going to see the red-hot New York Yankees. I've just seen them in a 4-game series in New York, probably one of the hottest hitting clubs in baseball. You know, when you're talking about hitting, you're talking about one of my favorite subjects. 200 lifetime batting average, tied me with another sports great averaging 200 or better for a 10-year period. But, you know, a lot of people looking in tonight, I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, sure, you can talk the way you do because it was always easy for you. This is not true. I've had my problems, all incidents that happened during the ball game with me hitting. Coming up in the 9th inning of a ball game, bases loaded, 2 outs, down by a run. And to look in the visitor's dugout and see them sitting there with their street clothes on. I've had incidents happen where I'd come home maybe a 0 for June, 0 for July. And I'll never forget what my dad used to tell me. Why don't you get a job? But these are little things that never bothered me. Maybe to look down at the third base coach for a sign, have him turn his back on you. Or maybe the catcher, instead of putting a sign down, just hollering out and telling the pitcher what to throw.
Welcome back, Dylan Dodd, the pitcher. First pitch on the way is 86-mile-an-hour cutter. Call for a wide strike to Freelick. It's 0-1. Lefty-lefty matchup. The 0-1. Brings it. 87 inside. 1-1. Good pitch by Dylan Dodd. Braves in the top of the 9th will have Harris, Ozzie, and Smurf do up. The 0-2 count, down and away, 1-2. As far as who they have sitting on the bench that they could go to, of course, Alex Verdugo is still available. Drake Baldwin has already been used, and Luke Williams is in the game already. You also have Azakar as a pinch runner. The 1-2 pops it up. Dylan Dodd will make the catch just behind the mound, 1 away. They've changed Dylan Dodd into a reliever mainly because he never did pan out as a starter. So if they can get a good reliever out of Dylan Dodd, that helps build something towards the future for sure. Lefty-righty matchup. Collins, the batter. First pitch on the way. Swung on, pops it up. Cutter over the first base dugout. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Brings it. Swing and a miss. Four-seamer. 0-2. 0-2 count. The 0-2. 93 outside. 1-2. Kimbrel pitched in the World Series to him. Yes, it was several years ago. About 6 miles an hour more on his fastball back then. That was way back in 2018. The 1-2 count. 95. Missed high. 2-2. Two to Collins. He's 0 for 3 on the night. Pitch on the way. Swung on, foul back with it again. Of course, the whole thing with Freddie that's been beaten to death by now. Freddie left because he wanted to leave. Braves gave him a fair offer. And I do believe his agent had a little bit to do with it, but the Braves gave him a fair offer. 2-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 away. He's actually going to have a higher AAV and make a lot more money in the long run, staying out of the California tax laws. I really think a lot of that had to do with his wife wanting to go to California. Remember, she's like an Instagram person. She loves the limelight, and I think she wanted to be in LA. First pitch on the way to Durbin is down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. And Freddie's from California. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the kid going home. But the Braves gave him a fair offer. That was a decision not to come back. 1-0 drifts inside 2-0. 2-0 count. I don't believe that his agent was on the up and up with him and let him know that he was basically needing to step up or shut up. As the 2-0's right there, Cutter Hyde called for a strike, 2-1. They gave AA an ultimatum, and AA did the smart thing and made a trade before the ultimatum became known. The 2-1 swung on, chops it over to Riley. Riley has it and will flip it over to first, and that'll end the inning. So a clean inning by Dodd. He's never going to be a strikeout guy, but if he can get you good clean outs late in games, we can work with that. We'll be back in a flash. Middle of the order due up for the Braves.
I'm not a racist. My favorite movie is Rocky. What does that make you not racist?
Apollo Creed is in the movie.
So?
So, he's a black guy who wins against a white guy.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, it's assuming you count Italians as whites, which I mostly do. Of course, they weren't white up until the 1960s. They got a big bump after Korea. And it wasn't so much they got more white, the Cubans got more black, but I was okay with that too.
Isn't this the toast that got you kicked out of Ronnie's wedding?
Again, he married an Italian.
Jesus.
You think you could babysit your cousin?
Of course I can.
Yeah, if he cries, what do you do?
If he cries?
Yeah.
I'm smacking the shit out of him. I'll be like, shut the f***.
Probably hungry.
Oh, then I'll feed him.
Okay, but what if he doesn't want food?
Now I'm smacking him. I'll be like,
no, he could be tired.
Oh, then I'll lay him down for a nap.
Okay, but what if he keeps crying?
You already know I'm f***ing him up.
No, you'll rock him.
That's what I mean. I'm rocking his jawline.
I mean, rock him.
Oh, rock him.
Yes, and then he'll probably go to sleep.
Okay, and then if he don't, that's when I'll be...
Dick Williams had come in as a drill sergeant manager, vowing to change the atmosphere of what everyone had referred to as the country club of the Boston Red Sox.
Well, I made a statement and everybody laughed at me, especially the New England writers.
Dick, will you make a prediction for the 1967 Red Sox?
I honestly think we'll win more ball games than we lose.
They thought I was nuts.
But Williams had a plan. He was going to go with his young players, like shortstop Rico Petrocelli, first baseman George Scott, and center fielder Reggie Smith. And he was going to get them to play his way.
Good defense, played good, smart baseball, ran the bases well, and were able to get bunts down and hit and run, do those things. He felt that we had a chance.
And the young players weren't the only players who were inspired. Sensing a chance to turn the franchise around, Yaz attacked the season with a renewed vigor.
Tired of losing, Yaz got himself in the greatest shape of his life. He worked out, he got stronger, they tried to pitch him in. Now he was getting the bat out, his hands in, the bat out, and bang, now he was hitting home runs.
Welcome back. Braves trail 4-1. All we really need is 3 bloops and a blast to go ahead for back-to-back-to-back jacks. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Trevor McGill's coming on. Pretty good right-handed closer. 2.95 ERA, 24% strikeout rate, 12 saves and 14 opportunities. Struggled to get it a little bit at the beginning of the year, and they dropped him out of the closer role, but he's been pretty good since then. He is the brother of Tyler McGill, pitcher for the New York Mets. Michael Harris II stands in. First pitch on the way, 99 right down the pipe. It's 0-1. McGill, right-hander, he turns his back to the batter to where you can see the numbers on his jersey. So it's really hard to pick up the ball coming out of his hand. The 0-1 swings knuckle curve in the dirt. My God. 0-2. I'm sorry, but that's too funny. Harris wants no part of this. That ball was around his shoelaces. He was over there. It was like he was swinging a hoe in a garden. The 0-2's fouled back out of play. We'll do it again. 0-2 count. Righty-lefty matchup. They set up outside. 100 miles an hour off the plate. That swing was more like, I wouldn't even call that golf, Brian. I'd say that was more like cricket. He was trying to hit it off the bounce. The 1-2. It's another curveball in the dirt. Why not? Harris can't pick that pitch up to save his life. Strike 3, he gone. He's probably going back to tell Snicker, hey, tomorrow, if you want to pinch hit for me, if that guy comes in, I'm all for it. Save Drake Baldwin for the Michael Harris 9th inning at bat. Ozzie Albies the batter, 0 for 3 on the day. Open stance from the left side. First pitch on the way is a knuckle curve, a hanger, and that was a perfect pitch to swing at. It's 0-1. Ozzie, 0 for 3. Pop out, 2 strikeouts. The 0-1. Knuckle curve in the dirt. 1-1. That's the pitch that Harris couldn't pick up. That first knuckle curve was a mistake by McGill. He did not want to get that ball up that high. 1-1 count. Brings it. Outside wide, 2-1. McGill, big tall right-hander, 6'8", 250 pounds. Two-one pitch, high and out of the zone, 3-1. He's bouncer size, 6'8", 250, out of Long Beach, California. His brother's 6'7" and 230. Man, I bet they had some freaking tussles. 3-1, right down the pipe, taken all the way. Ozzie trying to work his way aboard. Full count. Been in the league since 2021. Drafted by the Padres in the 7th round. Full count, caught looking, strike 3. I don't know what he was waiting for there, an invitation to swing. 2 away. So 2 down, and the final chance will be Sean Murphy, who has 2 hits on the day. The only thing that makes sense on that is that Ozzie was sitting on a curveball, and you cannot do that when a guy throws 100. First pitch on the way, blasted deep in towards left field. Will it have enough? It does not. It'll fall into the glove deep into left field, and that'll end the inning. That'll end the game. And the Braves lose 4-1, tie the series up at 1 apiece. We'll go for the rubber match tomorrow. We should have a pretty good chance of winning that one. Remember, that is an early game tomorrow. Tomorrow's game is a 2:10. We'll have that right yet. 2:10 first pitch. We'll come on the air about 1:30. I should be home in plenty of time. Normally I don't have a problem when it's a mid-afternoon game like that. It is Spencer Schwellenbach Day, but it's going to be a tough go. Chad Patrick is the starter for the Brewers, and I know a lot of folks may not be familiar with him, but he has an ERA of under 3 and has been on a pretty good pitching roll. Braves lose a tough one. When it's all said and done, the home run ball did us in. Grant Holmes gave up the home runs, and the starter for tonight for the Milwaukee Brewers, Quinn Priester, did not. He struck out 7 through 6. Holmes did get 9 strikeouts, but the Braves, when it's all said and done, just did not take advantage of their opportunities. Scattered 8 hits once again, and we lose a tough one 4-1. We'll see you tomorrow at 2:10 first pitch. Get a good night's sleep, Braves country. Early game tomorrow. We'll see you then. Casey at the Bat by Ernest Lawrence Thayer. The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 4-2, but with 1 inning more to play. And when Cooney died at first and Barrows did the same, a pall-like silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to the hope which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought, if only Casey could but get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, as did Jimmy Blake, and the former was a hoodoo, while the latter was a cake. So upon that stricken multitude, grim, melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single to the wonderment of all, and Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted and men saw what had occurred, there was Jimmy safe at second and Flynn a hugging third. Then from 5,000 throats and more rose a lusty yell. It rumbled through the valley, it rattled in the dell. It pounded on the mountain and recoiled upon the flat, for Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing, and a smile lit Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance flashed in Casey's eye, a sneer cooled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covered sphere came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching it in a haughty grandeur there. Closed by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded sped. That ain't my style, said Casey. Strike one, the umpire said. From the benches black with people, there went up a muffled roar, like the beating of a storm waves on a stern and distant shore. Kill him! Kill the umpire! Shouted someone on the stand, and it's likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With a smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone. He stilled the rising tumult, he bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once more the dun sphere flew. But Casey ignored it, and the umpire said, Strike two! Fraud! Cried the maddened thousands, and echoed answered fraud. But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern and cold. They saw his muscles strain. And they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer is from Casey's lip. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball, and now he lets it go. And now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Oh, somewhere in the favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out. Casey at the Bat, Ernest Lawrence Thayer, published June 3rd, 1888. San Francisco Examiner.